beneficence stands tall as a symbol of enduring values that have guided us for more than a century. Forged during a turbulent time, the Great Depression, and from the contributions of more than 11,000 people, beneficence inspires us. What we know about adversity is that we do not choose the time, but we do choose the response with grit, creativity, and dedication. Where tradition meets innovation, we form an enduring partnership, a formidable alliance with a deep desire to learn, to teach, to grow, to thrive, to fly. The values of Ball State University embody a wealth of opportunity, a powerful bond among faculty, staff, students, and alumni, and a bright future that includes you. Our intellect and experiences fuel our purpose and our capacity to serve our neighbors. Your journey begins now. We will remember this time for the opportunities we seized, the discoveries we made, and the lives we transformed. At Ball State University, with beneficence as our guide, we fly.
But also welcome because you can hear us now.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So
hopefully you can.
So I'm Wyatt, aka Libby Baby, and this is
Zane, aka Pokey Penguin.
So we just had a very long conversation about everything new in Marvel Rivals, and you heard none of it. So anyway, here's our roster. We have a graphic for it that you can see. If you could, I guess if you had been watching the whole time, you could read the roster. But we have, I believe we still have a graphic. I know we had one before, unless other things have broken.
We lost the graphic somehow.
I think Marvel Rivals is cursed because when we did the club stream, right? When we did the club stream, that was the most technical difficulties I've personally ever had on a stream. We had so much problems. We couldn't get output to the TV here that we watch on. It was so many problems. And of course, we do Rivals again and we have problems. I think that Lucas has cursed Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, let's blame it on Lucas.
Let's blame it on Lucas.
Let's blame it on Lucas. Is he in here?
He's right there. There's Lucas.
Lucas, why would you do this to us?
This is his fault. Okay.
Yeah, no, he just admitted to it straight up.
Okay, so the roster is I think we have
There we go.
Okay. Vanguard, we have Arcades, Break, and Trip. Duelist, we have Not a Fed and Nitrian. And Specialist, we have Hollow Judgment and Spooky Hand. Spooky Hand, Turner, our caster lead. That is the big thing. So now the game starts quite pretty soon, I believe. What time is it? 7:21. The game starts in about 9 minutes. But yes, we have this roster here. Now, one thing I know about this roster, which I didn't mention last time, I am actually in their Discord server. So these guys are very passionate about sharing these guys talk to each other. They're pretty good friends. They share their ranks ups and all their achievements. One of them posted a Pixar movie tier list, which was not a good tier list, by the way.
What was up there?
Okay, well, though I don't remember the exact tier list. My big thing was Cars 3 in the lowest tier. It's not that bad. And Coco in A, not S. Coco is S.
Not to be contrarian, I think Coco's an A.
What?
I don't think it's an S tier movie.
It's
been a while since I've seen it. Let me preface.
Cars 2 in S. Cars 2?
Cars 2.
Cars 2.
Which one's Cars 2?
The spy movie.
I was thinking that was Cars 3.
Cars 3.
Wait, no, Cars 3 is the one with the
Cars 3 is
No,
Cars 2 is the one with the electric car. I think. Wait, no. Cars 3 is the one where McQueen retires.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay,
Cars 2 is the one where Mater becomes a spy.
And the one thing I remember about Cars 2 is the wasabi joke.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. That's a funny one.
But to talk a little bit more about Marvel Rivals. So usually we have a graphic about the other team and their players, but we do not have one for this stream because we don't actually know what team we're going to play against. This is a weird thing that we were talking about earlier, that for whatever reason, how it works is right around 7:30, Ball State is going to queue for a match, and we're just going to be randomly assigned another team.
Yeah, so that is a little different than even how normally ECAC does it. ECAC, usually you do have an assigned team and you know who you're going against, but I guess it's just a thing they're doing. They might have a ton of school. I don't really know the system for the Marvel Rivals stuff because I don't like I'm in the Discord server, but I don't know what the coach does with talking to ECAC. So yeah, it's a little different. I don't really know why they do that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I guess we can really quickly cover some of the new characters that have been recently added. So the Fantastic Four. Season 1 was half a season ago because they're doing a weird thing. So we had Invincible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, who is fantastic. Say that again. Oh, you missed the whole bit. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Then we have season 1.5 right now, which has added the rest of the Fantastic Four, The Thing, and I already forgot his name. What's his name?
Human Torch.
Human Torch. So that is the new characters. Human Torch, pretty good. Invisible Woman, pretty good. Thing, pretty good. Mr. Fantastic, decent.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic's like the only one that's not like kind of broken, which is really interesting. But talking about the characters I mentioned earlier, I really hope we see The Thing. Love The Thing. I love him in this game, like specifically. I love that they just like leaned into everything about him. Like he's just got like the most like comically like New York like accent.
I know.
He has my favorite voice line in the game where it's like where he goes like, "What do you mean? I feel fantastic."
Yeah. The Marvel Rivals voice lines are really good. They are so funny. And sadly, Wombat Baby, our mid laner for League of Legends, who is in the chat, does not know that because his computer won't run Marvel Rivals. So he can't experience the greatness of the Thing's voice lines. So that is really unfortunate for him. But yeah, so many great voice lines. Just like all of the interactions with Jeff are really funny because or all the interactions with Rocket are funny. Yeah, so many good ones. Some of them are kind of weird, like a lot of Magneto's reactions are kind of weird.
I hate when it's Invisible Woman and Namor.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's weird. Like that's I don't know why they made it so Invisible Woman, like Namor, like wants Invisible Woman or something. It's like
that's just like a thing in his character, like deeply rooted.
It's like in the comics or something, which is like
in the I'm forgetting the name of the comic series, but there's a really famous issue where Namor like floods New York City or something, and he says he'll take everything back if Invisible Woman kisses him and means it, and then they kiss, and then Namor looks over at Mr. Fantastic and goes, "She meant it," which is as much as I hate Namor, that's also kind of like that's kind of based.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I would that is pretty funny.
I think it's the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Because I know it's the one with the Maker.
I really want the Jeff comic book line where it's just like stuff of Jeff being funny. Oh yeah. Which is really kind of the whole thing with Jeff is that he's just a funny guy. I guess speaking of Jeff, I mentioned this earlier. Spooky Hand, very much a Jeff aficionado. I doubt we're gonna see Jeff because he's not that good. But as of the Marvel Rivals Club stream that we did like a month or two ago now, Turner at that point had 30 hours of Jeff, and it has been a long time since then. So
30 hours of Jeff is like a great band name.
Yeah, 30 hours of Jeff. Dude, that's genius. That's genius.
I gotta remember that.
I gotta write that down.
Is someone recording this?
Yeah, Is someone recording this? I think yeah. Wait, is this live? That would be a very good band name.
I love just coming up with band names.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's like I'll never actually like do anything with it. Ever since the one band didn't work out, I have not started another one, and I don't know if I ever intend to. So it's just like 30 hours of Jeff. What a name. That would be peak band. What type of genre of music do you think 30 hours of Jeff would play?
Like
I don't know. It's gotta be like Midwest emo.
Man, Midwest emo is like one of my favorite music genres, so I'll take that. But to get back on track of Marvel Rivals, I guess we should explain like a little bit of the game and how it works.
I was just asked by the backroom to try to describe Marvel Rivals in Spanish. In one sentence. I don't really know how I would do that. Because, like, Marvel Rivals in Spanish, luckily, free little cheat is just Marvel Rivals. Because it's a name. It's a word for name. It's been a while. Marvel Rivals es un videojuego que es muy divertido.
I'm going to assume that's correct.
It means it's very fun. Marvel Rivals is a video game that is very fun.
Marvel Rivals is very fun with is it up to how many characters are in there now?
So many.
They started with I want to say 30 something.
They
right?
started with a ton and then they've added 4 already. So they plan to continue to add more. My only worry with Marvel Rivals is that it could end up becoming like the next League of Legends where there's just so many characters. But they could make it work. I mean, as long as they keep the characters free.
That is, if Marvel Rivals ever switched away from doing this, where everything's pretty much free unless you want to pay for it, which is most games now. But I think also it's every skin or cosmetic is available to buy at any time,
there is no FOMO is basically kind of the term for it, which that is kind of a big thing that has been started in a lot of games. Kind of the term FOMO, you might know, fear of missing out. It's a thing that video games may do to make you, I should buy this because then I'll never get it again.
Yeah, it's oh, this skin's only in the shop for 30 days. Make sure you get it because it's never coming back again.
But you can buy any skins all the time. And the thing that I do like about the Marvel Rivals skins is they are very they add a lot. They add different sounds and different stuff like that. I think I have 2. I have the Jeff one where he's got the pink dolphin suit on.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, nice.
And I don't remember the other one. I have the Loki one that you get for free with the battle pass.
All the skins I have are the free ones. I have the Jeff winter coat one.
Oh yeah.
And I have the Thor one. I think it's the comically accurate Thor one.
Oh yeah, that one. That's a good one.
But I'm thinking about. I do really want the Thing trench coat skin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Man, I just love the Thing.
Yeah, I mean he's a cool character.
He looks sick in that trench coat.
He does.
Yeah.
He's just he's just massive. I mean, here's the thing.
Massive and rocky.
Here's the thing about the Thing. I mean, he's just that guy, and he's very good. That's one thing that is so common with video games. They add a new character, and it just ends up being super good.
Yeah. Oh, and we were talking about it earlier. Pretty much every character in Rivals is broken. If you were to put Cloak and Dagger or one of the other broken characters Winter Soldier in Overwatch or another similar game,
everyone
I think
would just be what is happening?
Yeah, I think they would break those games, or some of them. Some of the characters would, but Marvel Rivals having so many characters, there's always a character that is good against another one.
Yeah, and one thing that I do kind of is there are counters in Rivals, but I think that you can play around them.
I think most of them you can,
Yeah, I think there are certain ones that you'll have a better time if you switch. Obviously, if you're just going to keep playing Spider-Man and then Namor, you might have a bad day. But you could do it. You can. It's not like Overwatch sometimes where it's certain things you just you cannot play ball into Sombra because it just ruins ball. It's kind of they try to not have it like that, and they think they're doing a decent job with it.
Yeah, I think they're doing a pretty decent job with it so far. Like I said, I don't think any character is really extremely broken. At least not one that's coming to my mind right now. But yeah, it makes it so much fun too, having all these broken characters.
Oh yeah, because every character has a fun mechanic about them. I think Winter Soldier or Bucky's ult is just so fun. I would play Loki because Loki's ult is that he can copy everyone's ult. He can do anyone's ult that he wants as long as they're in the match. And I would, the meta thing to do is to have Loki copy a Luna Snow or an Invisible Woman ult, but I just copy Star-Lord ult or Winter Soldier ult and just
Star-Lord, both also great ults.
Yeah, Star-Lord's ult is fun. It's it is so fun. And I remember that I was doing a casual match and I was playing Loki and our Star-Lord would ult and get 2 kills and then be I'm gonna show him up, and I would copy his ult and get 3 kills. Yes, I'm that petty, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah, Star-Lord's got a great ult. We might see it. So
Yeah,
Star-Lord lets him pretty much. It's just auto aim. Like,
yeah, just like it's aimbot essentially. Is what it is. Instant lock onto someone as long as you're like in there, as long as they're in your viewpoint. And yeah, it is a very good ult to use. It's a fun ult to use because then you can also like fly around and use it. So yeah, it's a fun ult. It's kind of like Winter Soldier ult, but like he can fly and he shoots way faster, and it's more insta lock.
Yeah, and Winter Soldier has another like really broken ult. There's his, which I'm assuming we got to see at least one Winter Soldier
sure
tonight.
we're gonna see a Winter Soldier.
We got to see at least one.
Again.
But yeah, he jumps up in the air, slams to the ground, and if he gets a kill with it, or if he hits someone, they don't die, but then he kills them in a short amount of time afterwards, he can just do his ult again.
And that's what he will say.
And yeah,
say
and
again.
he goes again.
And it can like I've seen people get it like 21 times. Like,
I
mean, you have to be in a pretty bot lobby for that to happen, but it can.
Yeah, it can, and it might happen
It
tonight.
could. I would love to see it. To be honest, I would love to see a crazy Winter Soldier ult.
It is always really fun. I see like these clips where they're going like so far, like the characters like just like recycling. It's like kills a Groot, and then like a minute later into the video, you see the Groot like respawn again, and he comes back out.
Again, yeah, that is a funny part about Marvel Rivals. There is just like the infinite. The ults are so funny and like creative. One thing that did just pop into my head that I think is so far the only stream that I've ever done in my Ball State Esports career that we actually have people playing on different inputs, because I know for a fact that Spooky plays on controller. So that's kind of because he usually plays on Xbox. So that, I mean, I'm assuming he would play on controller. So I've actually never had that. All of our Overwatch players play on keyboard and mouse. All of our League players, you can't play League on controller.
yeah.
And then all of our Rocket League players play on controller. So it's like I'm assuming our COD team, which we have, that I've never like actually interacted with, I'm assuming they all play on controller. But like mixed inputs. Controller and keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone on Valorant also plays on keyboard.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, it's really interesting, especially because I mean, like, you can already see like how many computers we have back here, and I've seen firsthand like what happens when you try to like connect a controller to one of them and like play something. It is not the best.
Yeah, it cannot be good sometimes.
And then the players, obviously, like, this is where they practice and stuff. Like, they're here all the time. So in my mind, I'm always like, oh, they probably just all use keyboard and mouse because that's what's here.
Yeah. Most of them do. It's very common, but are you a keyboard and mouse or a controller guy?
It depends on the game. For Marvel Rivals, I'm keyboard. But Overwatch, I'm controller.
Really? You switch, but like even in the same type of shooter, you'll play one or the other?
Well, I think it's kind of just depends on like what I have to play the game with, because like Overwatch, I got Overwatch 1 I think back in like 2017 for the Xbox, and so I've just continued to play Overwatch on the Xbox, and I've played it on computer multiple times, so like I know how to play with keyboard and mouse, but I'm just definitely better on controller. And then Marvel Rivals, like my Xbox is in my parents' house, and so like I don't have access to it. And even if I did, it's a Xbox One, and Marvel Rivals is only on the newer consoles, so I can't even download it on the Xbox One. So I just have to play it on my computer.
Yeah, I am pretty much keyboard for like everything. It did take me a long time to switch away from Fortnite on controller because I just couldn't build, but then I learned, and then I just haven't touched one since. I'd only play controller with like a fighting game or like Rocket League, and I never play Rocket League anyway. So like I like, or like a game on my Switch, I'll use obviously a controller, but like yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Just keyboard and mouse, especially on shooters.
Yeah, shooters I definitely prefer keyboard and mouse. Just, more, you can be more precise.
Yeah, even COD now, I just play keyboard and mouse, which I know some people think is blasphemy, playing COD on keyboard. But I used to always play. I played on controller for years.
I
played my first COD on keyboard and mouse was World War II, and I pretty much never went back. I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I pick up the controller and I feel like I'm playing like 2 times slower. Just like, what's happening? I have a nice controller too. Like I bought a nice controller when I was in like my Fortnite sweat era. I have like a really, I have like a really nice Xbox controller that I don't even own an Xbox. I bought it just for like playing PC games on controller, and I like don't even use it now, which is unfortunate. It's just like at my house.
That is unfortunate, but I do like a good Xbox like controller. I think Xbox has one of my favorite controller designs.
I've always been a PlayStation guy, just because like my first console was a PlayStation, so I still have a PS5, but when it comes to like competitive games, I will only play keyboard and mouse. But honestly, if I wasn't so used to the PlayStation like UI and I didn't have all of my PS4 games, I probably would have gotten an Xbox. Just because I like the controller, but I was so used to the UI and I had all the games that I was like, I'm just gonna stick with PlayStation.
Yeah, my family's never been a PlayStation family. I've always been a Nintendo and Xbox family.
Yeah.
But I always wanted a PlayStation growing up.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I liked blue.
Yeah.
It was like. That's like the only reason I was like, I don't want the green one. I want the blue one.
Yeah.
Why do you think I wanted a Wii U so bad?
That is a funny reason to want it. I remember like back in the day, everyone would want to like play COD on the right console. Oh, they banned Winter Soldier and Star-Lord
already. Okay, so don't know who we're going against, but wait.
We are red.
Okay,
we are red.
We are red. So on the other opposite team, we got I Eat Crayons, Brawler 17, it's Sergio, Free Agent, Rogue Mew Steam, and Mysticism. And got a few bands here with Star-Lord bands and Winter Soldier bands.
That doesn't surprise me. Two like the best DPS in the game.
Literally the two like DPS we're talking about with broken ultimates. Yeah,
and magic. Are we not going to see a healer ban? That would kind of surprise me to not see. Really?
That Hulk
not a
ban,
single heal. I'm not surprised with the Hulk ban. I'm not surprised with the Strange or Magneto ban. I'm not really surprised with. Yeah, I'm not surprised with any of those. I'm just surprised that we didn't see a single like a Luna Snow ban or something.
Yeah. Luna Snow is one of like the most banned characters. I'm pretty sure. But locking in characters here for Ball State, we got so far one strategist, Adam Warlock, pretty good. His ult especially revives the entire team. Looking forward to that. No, ran out of time.
We did run out of time.
But we got Squirrel Girl, Captain America, Loki, Ella, and Doctor Strange. Pretty good, like pretty normal.
That is a pretty solid team lineup. One thing that I am actually not surprised to see is, like I said, I'm in their Discord, and I know that Spooky has been loving Squirrel Girl recently, so even though he's one of our strategist players, he's actually running Duelist for this game because he loves playing Squirrel Girl. So, yeah. That's one thing about Rivals that we did mention before things went wrong. You're not locked into a role. While Spooky tried out for strategist, he is a good duelist player, so he can play duelist as the clock ticks down and they're going to make their way to point. This is a pretty fun map. Don't know the map name. Sorry. Don't have them all memorized yet, but I know this is actually a pretty fun map to play Jeff on. I'm kind of sad we're not seeing any Jeff, but seeing that Iron Man up there, that's kind of why they would ban Hulk. As we're getting into this first team fight here, Alex just holding back, getting some healing with the Loki. Every single shot he does heals his team as I can't read the name, gets a nice pick off there onto the enemy team, just kind of pushing up onto point, taking space. Seeing Adam Warlock holding in the back, getting some damage, getting some healing, entering in those Loki clones, which gives him some healing back for every damage that he takes. Spooky just holding back with the Squirrel Girl, getting some nice splash damage onto the enemy team. They're all kind of grouped up right now as Trip does fall there, was getting a little bit low, and Shumper does get a kill onto Sergio, and Spooky does take out Mysticism. It's kind of looking pretty even right now. No team really taking any of advantage. We do hear the first Squirrel Girl ult come out already from what I believe was Spooky. Yes, gets the Squirrel Girl ult very fast. That's one thing about Marvel Rivals is you can get your ult very fast in this game, and that is going to allow Ball State to take the point.
Yeah, that was pretty even there, but Ball State just got a few good picks, and if you can't really work together as a team in Marvel Rivals, it's all going to fall apart. But and especially they got Invisible Woman and Wolverine immediately, like from the start, which are Invisible Woman especially is a great first pick. Knocks out one of the healers from the match. Tough to stay alive when you're missing half your healing. And Wolverine's another great first pick because Wolverine's got a unique ability that he can die at one time, but it takes over a minute for that to fully come back. So now that he's dead, I mean, if they kill him again, he'll just die. He won't be saved. But we got a Hella ult coming out here.
We got the Hella ult flying into the air. Going to try to get some picks. Doesn't really manage to get one. We do see the other team here. Don't know what school it is. Don't know who it is. But they have a lot of ults. But they're just not getting the opportunity to use them as Ball State rolls through the team here. Just pushing them as far back as they can. And just going to kind of retain this point. We do see some ults for Ball State. We have both support ults and a Captain America ult. I am excited to see what that Loki is going to clone.
Yeah, it can clone pretty much anything here, but just the two shielded characters holding this point. Oh, Cap gets taken by Wolverine there.
Yeah, it does get taken. We also see Turner having the Squirrel Girl ult again. Invisible Woman ult's going to come out, and the Squirrel Girl ult comes out as well. And the Penny ult. It is pure chaos here on this point right now. Tons of teams fighting, but one thing that is not good for the blue team is that they are not getting Ball State off the point. It looks like they might have a chance at caps here, but the Invisible Woman ult is doing a great job at healing the other team. We do see the Loki ult come out. I am not sure who he cloned. It looks like he did clone Invisible Woman. That is the meta, to clone a support ult so your team gets some healing. Just kind of an endless fight here. Blue team is definitely going to want to try to capture this point as the overtime clock comes out, but Ball State has such a great hold on this point right now. Doesn't look like the blue team's even going to have a chance to try to cap. Strange has ult as well. See if he's going to use it or if he's going to save it, and yes, it's going to go to Ball State here.
Yeah, Ball State just really held their ground there. I mean, the blue team had some really good moments in there, and for a second, they were able to push Ball State back right at the end there, but they pretty much just used all their ults and it didn't get enough kills with them. Which, if you waste your ults, I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna be hard to make any progress when you weren't making any progress before. But going to the second map here, Odin's Archive. Now we're indoors.
Yeah, we are indoors yet. And one thing that is different, I believe, they hold their ults for the next round.
Yes,
that is kind of different with this game. So Ball State gonna come out swinging here with basically 4 ults. Spooky already almost has his, only missing the Loki and the Cap ult. While if we look at blue team, they do not have basically any. I mean, nothing past 50%. So
yeah, that's the other bad thing about wasting your ults like they did in the last round there. I mean, if you could keep your ult and save for the next time, if you know you're not going to win this 1 point, you still got the second one, you still got the third one, might as well save the ult. But, I mean, they really tried to take it back and it just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, just did not work out. Kind of as we see, like Spooky already has his ult here, 4 Ball State ults. Are we going to see them come out really fast, or are they going to hold some of them? I'm sure it's going to be a bit of a mix of what we're going to see as we just have a very spaced out fight. Microsoft PowerPoint just doing some healing from the back. We are going to see the Hella ult getting that high ground. Going to see if they can maybe get a pick with it, just kind of doing some damage, forcing people into hiding. Looks like they are going to pick off 1. Can they get another? They do. Can they go for the 3rd? Not this time, but they do manage to get it once the ult ends. Great ult there from Iron Man. Now they're just going to basically push them all the way back here. They only have a tank left. Going to use that squirrel trap and just take out the Magneto here, and they're going to continue capturing this point.
Yeah, great plays there from Ball State. That Hella ult was amazing. Hella, one of the best DPS in the game, and when the game first came out, she was the best DPS in the game for a few nerfs. But still, I mean, showing how strong she is right there, getting 3 kills or 2 kills with her ult, but then that follow-up 3rd kill on Moon Knight. Really, I mean, made a big play for Ball State here. Now they are able to push up far into the spawn, but someone...
One thing that I'm very excited to see right now is we hear the Squirrel all come out. See if he could have. I was hoping that maybe he could have gotten that huge group and maybe picked someone off with the Squirrel all. Sadly, did not work out for him that time as he gets picked off by Brawler. Microsoft Power going to use the Cocoon ability to get that nice res on himself, and Ball State's going to have nice advantage here on this point, holding the point very well. Cap's going to push up, see if he can get any damage done. Is Loki able to do some damage from afar? We do have a strange ult, but you don't want to overextend too much and use that where no one can back you up on it. So he's just going to kind of hold back here. We do see Spooky switching to Psylocke, which is a great up-in-your-face character. See if he can do anything with that. Looks like Ball State also still has 4 ults already again to their name. So this is kind of crazy. We do see the Loki ult come out just to get that res there onto a few of the teammates. Great use of it, copying the Adam Warlock ult. We do see the Magneto ult come out. Very hard ult to aim there. Not able to get any kills with it. Now we have the Luna Snow ult coming out and the Hell ult. Sadly, that Hell ult probably going to be entirely nerfed by the Luna Snow ult. Not going to be able to do anything with that. Does manage to get a pick, though, from someone who was not in the radius of the Luna Snow. As we are already at an overtime here, Spooky just going to kind of hold back, see if he can get any extra picks. The Invisible Woman ult comes out now. Going to do some healing and stop Ball State's attack here. See if they can try to hold them off for any longer. I do believe we have a Captain America. Was that a Captain America ult? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like they used it, didn't really get anything done with it. Just kind of going to run around in a circle, see if they can get anyone. Play some poke action maybe as Captain America, which is a little different. Just holding this point very well. Spooky going to try to be on the attack here, see if he can manage to get a pick. Now they have Venom as well for the enemy team. We do have the Psylocke ult. There it is. See if they're going to get any picks with that. I'm sure they will. We also hear the Squirrel ult come out here from what I think was, yes, the blue team. See if they're going to get any picks with that. Not this time, as Ball State just picks them all off, gets the KOs, and that is game 2 for them.
Yeah, amazing game 2 from Ball State. I mean, we saw a couple switches there, and we saw the switch to Psylocke. I thought was a pretty good switch. Psylocke, another one of the better duelists in the game. And using that ult there was pretty good ult usage, but a little risky too, because Psylocke's ult, actually, if you didn't know, is a little weaker the more people are in it, because she's going slashing from one person to the next. So if there's more people, and it's the same amount of time for the ult, then she's got to go around to more people.
Yeah.
Compared if it's just like 2, then it's like boom, boom, they're dead. But yeah, I mean, that was just a pretty dominant showing for Ball State there.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely pretty dominant. I mean, I don't really know what made it very good and or bad for them. I mean, one thing that I think definitely helped is that they were able to make the comp of Adam Warlock and Loki work, because they are very 2 strong healers that are kind of hard to play. And they were able to make that work, so they just had so much healing and then plus the res with those characters that can also do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the whoever was playing Loki definitely used their ults like wisely every time. And that's what I think the ult usage is, like what Ball State like so far is showing one of their like major strengths here. I mean, every ult I believe has gotten something accomplished.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've saw one wasted ult from Ball State there, which is kind of tough in Marvel Rivals, depending on what ult you're doing. I mean, you mentioned earlier like Magneto's ult can be pretty hard to aim and stuff.
They can be a hard ult to aim. Some of the ults, like, you feel like it's stressful of knowing when, like Squirrel ult, for example. We saw that come out a few times. That ult, I mean, you're lucky to get a kill with that. It's mainly a space creating ult, just kind of like force people around, force them to spread out. And I think that is what we saw Spooky do with his Squirrel ult. And also another thing is knowing when to switch, I think.
Yes.
When he noticed Squirrel Girl was just not working, switched to Psylocke, managed to get some picks with her. So I think that that is just kind of the thing we're seeing here is better usage of ults and better understanding of when to switch.
Yeah, we saw a few switches from the blue team there, but it didn't seem like any other switches were able to accomplish that much. I mean, I remember they switched to Luna Snow, they switched to Moon Knight, they switched to tons of different characters. They even switched to Squirrel Girl at one point. I saw that. But yeah, I mean, just overall, I don't think the switches really helped them. A lot of people I know, especially in a game with as many characters as Marvel Rivals, think like, oh, I'm doing really bad this one game. Let me just switch. Doing bad with this character, let me switch again. But I think in Marvel Rivals, that can be very harmful to do that.
It can. It definitely can. Like knowing when to, because sometimes like it can also be like a mental thing of like you constantly just feel like no character I'm playing is working well. Maybe you just didn't need to switch then, and maybe you just kind of needed to lock in. It's
exactly.
Just sometimes that's just what it is. It's like you didn't need to switch. You just needed to find a different way of playing or a different way of trying to just make the character work, because it's just not always that. You're not always going to be in a situation where it's like, oh, I need to switch. Like, this is an Overwatch, you know. You got to kind of know.
Yeah. Definitely, I completely agree. Just like finding the right time to switch can be really tough, but I think if you really just need to like find one character you're good at, make sure you're good with them no matter the situation, and then you can start switching. I think that's what you need to do. But going into our second game here, I believe Ball State.
Hella banned, not surprised.
Hella and Winter Soldier immediately banned.
Ball State not liking Winter Soldier, huh? First ban both times.
They really do not want to fight against the Winter Soldier. Free agent probably upset with that right now. And I'm not surprised that the blue team here decided to ban Hella. I mean, we saw how many kills Ball State got with Hella last game. Saving Cloak and Dagger. I mean, one of the better characters to save. I mean, we talked about earlier when there was no audio how Cloak and Dagger is one of the more broken strategists in this game. Just can instant aim, really good healing and good damage, which is just kind of crazy. But same with Magneto, another good save.
Yeah, that is Magneto, definitely one of the better tanks. So I guess we're gonna just be seeing like who are the final people that they're gonna choose to ban here. Banning Wolverine, I think that's a smart one to ban.
We saw the Wolverine player from the blue team there, but I think they did switch at one point. But just banning Wolverine outright first, I think is a good choice. Same with banning Captain America. I think that's kind of just the same thing. Like, I don't think Captain America or Wolverine really made too much of a difference, but if you can force them off of it, might as well.
I think we're gonna have your dream come true here. It seems like we might have a thing.
That's what I'm seeing. I looked at, and for a second it seemed like Ball State was also going to play thing, but does not seem like that now.
Are we running 3 supports?
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Running
That's
3
lame.
supports with 2 tanks and 1 duelist. But so Ball State is going to be on the attacking side for this map. This map is a little different than last map, as we'll see. There's going to be one point that they're going to have to capture, and then they have a payload they're going to have to push to the end of the map. But character choices here, I mean, we're getting some of the similar ones. Spooky Hands still playing Duelist, this time on Moon Knight, which is a pretty interesting pick. Moon Knight, pretty well known, as you'll see, kind of just for staying in the back.
Yeah.
He has these onks he can throw down on the floor, and if he shoots the onk, it like spreads out the damage.
Yes. And the most annoying thing with that is when your teammates don't shoot the onks. Now, one thing I know about Spooky Hand is that he thinks that Moon Knight is a no-skill character as he switches to Psylocke here. So we do have a thing on the blue team here, so I wonder if we're going to see anything different. This is also actually a pretty good Jeff map. Doesn't look like, sadly, we're not going to see a Jeff here. We do see Star-Lord, though, so we're going to see that ult coming out there. Very powerful ult. Let's see what he can do with it. Just getting some damage here, forcing the team back a little bit. Nice choice to fall back there so he doesn't fall early. That's definitely not what you want. Sadly, he does end up falling to I.E. Kranz. And Sergio going to take out Arcades there. So we're going to get the res there because he has that team up with Adam Warlock, so he is able to res. That is the Star-Lord Adam Warlock team up here. Trip going to have to back up, taking a ton of damage. And like we said, with that revive already back in is Star-Lord. Going to try to get some damage. Going to go the alternate route, see if they can do anything. Spooky trying to fight the thing on his own, see if he can take him out. Not that time. Forces him to back up, though. So definitely great there. Things going to try to push up in a little bit more as well. But now they're going to get a little bit more confidence here. Try to push in. No ults yet, as one of them are going to fall down. Let's see what's going to happen here. They are playing Invisible Woman this time, which is arguably the best strategist in the game. Trip using that shield wisely. That's what you want to do. You want to shoot, block, shoot, block, because his shield is so insanely powerful, and that allows him to get so much space as he pushes up further onto the point. Spooky is extremely low. Runs for the health pack. That's a good DPS player. runs for the health pack, doesn't complain about not having healing, though sadly we do see Arcade's Break fall to one of the blue team players. We do hear an ult come out there. I think it was Storm ult. I thought I heard Storm's ult line, unless I'm going crazy. We do hear the Penny ult come out as well, and the Thing ult. It's clobbering time. See if you can get any picks with that. Not able to do so this time. Dr. Strange going to get in there to help his team, trying to get some damage here. All the tanks on the other team are gathered up. We do hear the Star-Lord ult come out now. Manages to get one. Can he get another one with this? He only got the tank players left. Manages to get another. Is he going to be able to get one more with this ult? Sadly not, but he's going to be able to push up and finish off Sergio there. And maybe that is going to be what Ball State needed to try to collect this point. Though, what a great Adam Warlock ult. Brings the whole team back in such a great position as well. We're going to see the Doctor Strange ult come out there. That was a good use of that as well. Manages to take them out. Even though it was a good Adam Warlock ult, the Strange ult perfectly timed to counter that ult there. And that is going to allow Ball State to get this cap.
Wow, what a great first point there. I mean, already we're seeing both teams playing, I think, even better than first game here. Blue team here using their ults already better. That Adam Warlock ult was insane. Almost completely revived the team. I mean, I think there's a chance there that even won the point back. But as you mentioned, the Doctor Strange ult, I mean, just kind of cancels that out. And pretty much every ult in that team fight had the same advantages to it. They do the same amount of stuff except for that Star-Lord ult. That Star-Lord ult, I think, pushed Ball State pretty far ahead into getting that point. And that made me realize, or I completely forgot that blue team actually banned Star-Lord last game. I wonder why they did this game.
All right, there it is. The Invisible Woman ult coming out now from Ball State there. They are just going to allow them to get some nice healing. We also see the Magneto ult for Arcade, see if he's going to use it. We have Star-Lord ult again. This is a great time to use it. Yes, he is going to use it now. See if he can get anyone with it. He's going to hard dive free agent here. Manages to get one, gets another. Can he get a third here? Looks like he's going to be able to. Sadly, not able to finish it off in time. See if he can get that last little bit of damage he needs, and he does, as Turner solo-handedly pushing back the Groot by himself. Sorry, Spooky, I should say. Used to call him, used to casting with him, not casting him, you know? So I'm not used to actually calling him by his gamer tag. We do see Arcade having his ult as well, seeing if he's going to be able to use it here. We haven't really got, I feel bad for Arcade, hasn't been able to do much. We do see Spooky using his ult there, gets a nice 2K with it. Great use of the ult, manages to get out one of the healers. Actually, was it both of the healers? It was at least one for sure. Yes, there was only one of them. Actually, it was two because they're running three support. So yes, was able to get two healers with that ult. Very nice there, as Iman just kind of pushing back the blue team, and Ball State has pushed this thing very far already. We're kind of already getting in to our next team fight right now. We do see Magneto ult. Is he going to be able to use it this time? Not really able to do anything with it. The thing pushes up. We hear the Star-Lord ult come out again. See what he's going to do with it this time. Looking at the Invisible Woman, getting some healing from afar. It is the Star-Lord ult of the other team, taking out MS PowerPoint, but not able to get another one. And it looks like Ball State might have to fall back here. They do not have their full team with them.
Yeah, Ball State, or the Adam Warlock ult might keep Ball State into this fight a little bit longer. I mean, Ball State's been pushing up pretty hard here. I mean, getting this a lot of heals in, especially getting more heals in probably than the blue team, even with 3 healers there, and just overall playing really well, especially Star-Lord. I mean, he's definitely the MVP of this map so far.
Yeah, as the Star-Lord ult comes out again. Can he get as much kills with it as he did last time? Manages to get one, gets another. Looks like he's going to get a third. Taken away by Spooky there at the end, but still doing great damage there. I thought that team fight was over, but the Adam Warlock ult coming out kind of changed that, brought the whole team back, and now Ball State's going to go heavy on the attack. Manages to get one, gets another, gets a third. Are they going to keep going here? Looks like they're going to fall back onto the payload, see if they can continue to push it. We do hear the Cloak and Dagger ult come out now from the other team, I believe. Yes, from the other team, because we don't have one. Taking a lot of damage, doing a lot of healing for the other team. We hear the Magneto ult come out as well. Doesn't really get anyone with it. We hear another one come out as well from someone else, but we hear Spooky now also getting an ult here. See if he can get one kill with this. Does manage to do so. Kind of trading some kills here. Free agent managed to bring back some for his other team, but Ball State is so close to finishing this one off. See if he can do it. The Gru ult coming out though for the blue team, taking out 4 of Ball State's people. Great ult there from the blue team.
Wow, yeah, I mean, so far this entire map, it seems like blue team was holding their own on the point, but then once they lost that point, it kind of just seemed like Ball State was just like free range. I mean, And in just a matter of minutes, I mean, they got to the end, and blue team just losing these teams fights, but that Groot ult really did save them there. I mean, bunched everyone together, just couldn't really do anything. Dr. Strange tried to protect him with a shield, but I mean, when everyone's just connected in a one big circle, you can't protect everybody.
Yeah, and now Ball State already has most of their ults back. We are probably going to see a Star-Lord ult come out here very soon. He has the ult now. I'm sure we're going to see it here pretty shortly. Taking a lot of damage, though. Maya want to back up before he uses it this time. We see Trip pushing up in with his shield. He has his ult as well. See if it's going to come out from him. We do hear the Star-Lord ult come out from what I believe was the other team. Yes, it was Brawler using his Star-Lord ult, trying to get some picks with it, but unable to get some picks with it that time. Do we see the... Yes, we see the Star-Lord ult from Ball State coming out now. Not able to get a pick with it this time due to the Luna Snow ult from blue team here. Great Luna Snow ult by them, but now they're just going to push up here. Ball State has the Strange ult. It's going to come out from him now. Manages to get one in it. Trying to finish off this Adam Warlock here, but unable to do so that time. They're just going to try to push this middle. They were so close to getting it at the end, but it looks like blue team has found something here to try to hold Ball State back.
Yeah, blue team really just finding their momentum here right at the end, which is really good. I mean, we get this Adam Warlock ult here, but I mean, blue team's still pushing pretty hard. And Ball State, they're going to have to get on point soon. Only less than 10 seconds left in the match. Magneto's not even there. And it's looking pretty bad for Ball State right now.
Yeah, Ball State would definitely have liked to complete that. Now, since they did not complete it, they have to try and not hold, try to hold them as the blue team as much as they can, because if they get past where Ball State was, they will take this game, this match overall.
So yeah, Ball State still could win this, but I mean, got 2 points, but it really is anyone's game right now. But we need to talk about that Star-Lord pick. I mean, I think that is what's kind of like the core of Ball State's plan right now. I mean, every time we saw Star-Lord's ult come out, it was 2-3 Ks, except for the one time with the Invisible Woman ult. Unfortunately, as we mentioned earlier, Star-Lord ult, you need to be able to see them, and when Invisible Woman makes them invisible, can't see them. But we're not getting the Star-Lord this time for the defensive side, or for Ball State defending, which interesting, also understandable. You're defending, you want to make sure they don't even get this point. And I mean, Punisher he's got a big turret that he can just sit there and shoot you with. So.
He is a good character to play on defense, though I do worry for the fact that blue team has brought out the Star-Lord here. So
and a Jeff.
Yes! I hope they don't switch. They very much could switch off of Jeff here, but this is a good map to play Jeff on because there is a place where you can drop them off the map. So I would very much like to see a Jeff ult. Even though I'm a Ball State fan, I would like to see a Jeff ult come out here as Ball State, just kind of holding the point, waiting for the arrival. Doesn't look like they are going to switch off of Jeff. The blue team is, so that is fun to see. There is the turret.
There we see Punisher with his turret.
There's the turret. The second he has someone in his line of sights down that area there, he's going to start shooting. Decides to go for the Venom. He wants someone right there. Yes, he's going to just kind of play some Call of Duty, basically, is what it is. As we see Spooky running the Scarlet Witch, which we literally said we were not going to see.
And we're seeing why she's such an easy character. I mean, you saw Spooky just hold the left click on a Venom and almost killed him.
Yep. Very much an easy character, just kind of holding the left click down. Punisher going to have to back up here, taking a lot of damage, but doing some in the process. Going to try to push up, see if he can get some more damage onto the team. We do see Invisible Woman coming out now. Going to need some healing on this Ball State team. They are taking a lot of damage. They managed to get 3, and can they continue to get more? It looks like it. They have successfully held this first point.
Yeah, Ball State doing pretty well so far. Oh, I heard that, Jeff.
Did I hear that? I hear the Jeff. Is it going to happen?
Now, another interesting part about Rivals that we haven't mentioned, but you probably have noticed, is that a lot of these buildings are destructible, which is like something insane. If that was an Overwatch, like that would be groundbreaking.
Yes.
And it's groundbreaking now, but it allows for some interesting things. Like if you know someone's behind a wall, you can just shoot through it. But Punisher back on that turret, going to be protected by that Magneto bubble for now.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of look. There is the Jeff of blue team here. Not noticed by the Invisible Woman. See if they're going to get the pick on it this time. Does not have ult yet. We are going to see this Scarlet Witch ult. Is he actually going to be able to get it off this time? Does not manage to get anyone, and that is why we just do not think that she is a very good character. Not even able to get a single pick with such a powerful ult that is usually such a powerful ult, but it's so easy to dodge as the Star-Lord of blue team manages to pick off Spooky in the process. I'm assuming we're probably going to see a switch off of Scarlet Witch there shortly, and Ball State does fall. It looks like they might be able to get this first cap here and start pushing the payload. Punisher is still alive though and has his ult. Is he going to use it? I don't think it would be a smart idea to do so. Venom low on health as he's diving. The healers of Ball State gonna back up here, and they are going to get this cap.
And although they get the cap, I will say they held the point for a pretty good amount of time. I mean, getting the cap gets them 4 more minutes to try and push this payload, but I mean, if you're stopping them every step of the way, that 4 minutes is quickly going to turn into no minutes.
Yes, definitely. And now that was a great Punisher pick there on the Cloak and Dagger early. Going to allow Ball State to get some nice kills here and just kind of take control back of this permit as we see Trip pushing up, getting one, taking out the Jeff, sadly. Now he's just going to try to get these 2 people on the high ground here, doing some damage. Free Agent going to revive. Gonna go for the ult, see if he can bring back enough people, but only gets the Jeff. But do we have Jeff ult? Is Jeff gonna ult here? But that's not good. The Star-Lord ult comes out now. Gonna try to get a ton of damage here. Manages to get 2 as Sergio takes out Arcades. Alexander holding in the back, just running away, trying to stay alive here. That was a great use of ult there from blue team as Spooky very low, taken out by the Venom.
Yeah, Ball State just played pretty well in that team fight. Just a few mistakes, you know. Gonna let blue team push up too much. Star-Lord ult was pretty good for blue team right there, but Punisher doesn't even care. Just gonna shoot him with a shotgun. Venom trying to get Punisher here, but I mean, when you have the shotgun, not the best. And you're this big guy.
Yeah, very big target. The Venom ult comes out, not really one of the strongest ults in the game. I do hear the Strange ult come out, I believe is what that was. Kind of hard to tell. We weren't really looking, couldn't really hear, but we are getting some healing as well from Alexander. We do see the Invisible Woman ult and the Punisher ult happen now. See if he can get any kills with it. If he can't get anything, at least he's going to be able to push this blue team back. We do hear the Jeff ult, see if they can get anyone with it. Doesn't look like they got enough people and might just fall to the Punisher here. Or was he just taking his healing? Throws out the one person that he managed to get. Arcade does have his ult here. Doesn't look like he's going to use it this time. Has the team up with Scarlet Witch. That's why they're running Scarlet Witch for the Magneto team up, which is a very good team up if you are Magneto, able to do a lot of damage with the sword. Not really getting anyone with it this time. Trip very low on HP. It looks like he's gonna fall. Krans takes out Spooky, and I will say blue team is pushing this thing very far. Magneto does come back. See if he can get anything done here. Coming in with the sword, with that team up that we were talking about, seeing if he can get any damage, but he's taking a ton of damage. He's just gonna have to back up. Gonna go for the ult, but no one's really shooting at him to charge it up. Is he gonna be able to aim it? Does get one with it, but we hear now the Star-Lord ult come out as well, and that's gonna pick out a few of the Ball State team here. Punisher gonna go onto the turret, see if he can pick off anyone, but it's not in the best spot. He's just gonna get dove by everyone here on the Ball State team. And just going to be taking a lot of damage. Just a huge, chaotic team fight. Are we going to see the Scarlet Witch all come out? I do think we are. See if he can get anyone with it this time. But here we are just taking a ton of damage. Does manage to get a 4K ult. Spooky hand. Great ult from Scarlet Witch.
Amazing ult there from Scarlet Witch. And we're talking about ults all night. And I want to talk a little bit about the Magneto ult. Although it did get a kill, I do think that was a mistake from Ball State, because I mean, Magneto ult, as you mentioned, when you're using it, if you're shooting at him, he'll just suck it up into that ball there. And once he used it, immediately blue teams, their Star-Lord went, okay, I can ult now. And he ulted immediately after. And unfortunately, I mean, Star-Lord ult, as we've been saying all night, is great. And Ball State's not doing too great right now, but that Spooky hand ult was great. I'm just gonna
That was a very good ult there, and that is the thing about Scarlet Witch. We have been saying that she's not the best character, but if you can get those surprise ults like that, you can just get so many kills. Her ult was considered very good in the start of the game when no one knew how to counter it, but when you get those surprise ults, it's very good. As we're just looking at Punisher trying to get some damage, we are going to see the Strange ult manages to get 1 or 2 in it. See if he can try to get these finish-off kills. Not able to do so. The Loki clone not very great there for the Strange ult, just kind of blocking him. We are going to watch Magneto in the Thing fight. Thing taking a lot of damage. Magneto's going to push up, try to get that pick, but he's taking a lot of damage. Strange also going to fall there to I Eat Krantz, and it looks like they are going to be able to reach this point as no one on Ball State's going to be able to get there in time.
Yeah, for a bit, Ball State was playing pretty well there. First point, they held it for a pretty long time. I mean, got the timer down to 1 minute, but really, yeah, just fell apart in the payload aspect of it. And I think it's partly because we talked about right at the start of the character select, they were picking a very defensive characters built, I would say, more for protecting these points and not for payloads, and other aspects such as Scarlet Witch not doing the best. Even though that ult was great, I think it did fail in other ways that if maybe he had switched back to the Psylocke or the Squirrel Girl, I think all would have been done a little bit better maybe. But
yeah, because I do know the Scarlet Witch team up with Magneto. When I am playing Magneto, I would like a Scarlet Witch because I like that team up. But sometimes I don't know if the Magneto team up is good enough to warrant a Scarlet Witch. I think you would rather have like a Star-Lord or someone like that who can just do so much damage with the ult like we saw. Definitely the Star-Lord of the blue team, just him just being there. Those ults are so powerful. I mean, easy at least 2 kills if you use it at the right time. And that's just kind of what I think we would need to see a little bit different.
Yeah, I think Ball State just had a good team comp, but just once it stopped working, they weren't admitting they were wrong and like, no, it can still work. But I mean, we saw what happens. I mean, and then at points they were holding their own, but I think kind of after around, I'm trying to think of like the round when the payload got to the middle of the map and onwards, Ball State didn't really have a fighting chance in it.
Yeah, I would agree. At the start, it looked like unlike Ball State domination like we saw in that first game, it was close, but Ball State was on top. But as they reached that middle point, they kind of fell off a little bit and started struggling. Don't really know what caused it, but I would agree. Something with the team comp that just was not working. They were not vibing with. Something wasn't working, so they're going to have to try to find something here to counter this blue team comp that they found, because they were doing very well with the Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff wins.
Yep.
Which, although we didn't get too many good Jeff ults in that one, about going into the next character select, I wonder what hero's going to be banned. I think Star-Lord's, but I think Blue team's been playing them now too, so I don't know if they want to ban him.
Yeah,
Venom, okay. I wasn't expecting a Venom ban there, but maybe if they want to run Punisher again, Venom was kind of disrupting that. Heliban makes complete sense.
I do think that we are going to see the Jeff 1v1 because we see Spooky selecting Jeff. I think that they want Spooky wants to show that he is the superior Jeff here, unless, maybe they just ban Jeff, which would be kind of mean. But we are going to see the thing saved as well.
And I think Ball State, I think a good character to save here is Winter Soldier.
So we're going to see Winter Soldier. Because it's just such a good character. We're definitely going to see one.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see maybe a Rocket then too, to get that team up between them. Banning Cloak and Dagger, that makes sense.
That does make sense. I was surprised we didn't see more healer bans earlier.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of them.
I know, which is usually very common. You usually see a lot of healer, like you see a Luna Snow ban or an Invisible Woman, because the healers in this game are so powerful.
Yeah. I wonder why. I mean, I think it's usually you like to ban like one healer and one DPS.
Choose to no ban. Is that what happened there?
That's what. Yeah. It looks like it.
Oh boy.
But it looks like blue team is definitely going to be running that Winter Soldier and Rocket
with the Jeff. That is such a cursed lineup.
That is a very cursed lineup. And Groot's got for that team up with Rocket and Jeff as well. Which, although that team up is not considered one of the best, it's pretty good, I think, for Groot, but not the best for Jeff and Rocket, just because when they're on their shoulders, you're also higher up, easier to get headshot. But I wonder if they'll use it at all. But
that is one of my favorite skins in the game there, that Jeff skin. as we look at Spooky. We know that he's a very passionate Jeff. So let's see if we can see some nice Jeff gameplay. We do see a Black Panther.
I was looking at that, yeah. Which pretty interesting because, I mean, Black Panther I don't think is necessarily like the best at like what he does. Like he's pretty much the Genji of Marvel Rivals. He gets a dash, and if it does, I'm not exactly sure on what the specifics are, but he can get the dash again pretty easily. But I just think for up-in-your-face characters, he's kind of not the best. I think, like, honestly, we'll bias Wolverine. I think it's really good, and I think Iron Fist just kind of does what Black Panther does, but just a little bit better. Yeah,
I feel like if you are gonna want to play like a dive character, just play like Spider-Man. Like,
oh yeah, Spider-Man too.
That's like I would not pick Black Panther, but he does manage to get a pick. Maybe we just have a Black Panther GOAT on our team.
That could be possible.
And yeah, we're just kind of seeing Spooky doing some nice healing. We're looking at Black Panther now going to do some diving onto the back line of the blue team here. Getting some nice healing is Spooky Hand. Just, you know, keeping the team healthy. That's one thing I like about Jeff is he can just spray in one direction as long as the team walks in and they are getting healed. Thing, I think, is definitely overextending here. Definitely an overextension and does fall quite early on in that team fight. That is not what you want if you are blue team. Now, Ball State is just going to push them back. Nice pick on the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier comes out already, and here we are going to see it gets one. Again, see if he can finish off this one here. And it's very close. Does manage to get the pick. Does get the again. One more time. Going to try to push through here. See if he can get it, but a nice wall by the group. If he gets another kill in fast enough succession, he could get the ult back, but I do think it's been too long now.
Yeah, it's definitely been too long now, but a good group play there, just blocking him off. Just, yeah, no way you can even touch me right now. Got too many kills already.
Oh, Jeff Ball. Oh no, they're definitely going to, oh, not a great Jeff Ball. That's unfortunate for blue team. And now here comes Spooky with his own Jeff Ball. Does manage to get two. He's going to try to get there, manages to get it. He actually did get two with the Jeff Ball. He just spit out his teammate. So they trade a 2K on the Jeff Ball for both teams there. I missed the fact that he kept two in his mouth on the enemy team. We do see Black Panther kind of holding out, has his ult, using the movement to just get into like those weird hiding spots as Ball State going to make their way back to this point here, kind of regroup, had a good, nice momentum here. We do see Strange with the ult. We see Black Panther with the ult. Captain America back in play, almost has his ult, but the Thing ult comes out now. Is he going to be able to get any picks with it? Not this time. And the Groot ult. It would have probably been better if they would have used the Groot ult, then the Thing ult there. We are going to hear the Rocket ult come out as well. Not really going to be the best ult, just getting a nice damage boost. Cap does fall as Spooky and Trip here are just going to fall back, not wanting to get caught up in this here. We are going to hear the Black Panther ult come out this time, but low on HP. It's just not a very good ult. Not a lot of damage able to be done. We are going to see an ult come out from Jeff. Manages to get two. Going to try to sneak through the teams. Looks like he is going to get that 2K there, as also Winter Soldier manages to get one with his ult. And the Adam Warlock comes out as well, brings out all of them, but still alive right now is the Winter Soldier ult, getting more and more kills with this one. Can he get one more kill with it to try to bring the ult back? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so this time. Great usage of the ult by him to counter that Adam Warlock ult there. They're going to need to touch this point here. They want to push the point farther than this. Ball State does. Nice picks there. Looks like they are going to be able to push it forward if they can just get these last few picks. Looks like they're going to be able to do so.
Yeah, Ball State faltered a little bit there, kind of in the middle of that. Lost a couple of team fights, but overall just used great ults, was able, kept the healers in the back. Healing was great, and overall just played that really, really well. Other than a few mistakes, I think like the Black Panther ult was kind of using it in the middle of the blue team with no one else is around. It's not going to do much. But I mean, blue team's also made mistakes as well. There's a whole meme about using Adam Warlock's ult when Winter Soldier has his, and it's like Winter Soldiers are eating tonight. Yeah. Because that's just more deaths for more ults. But another Thing ult.
The Thing ult comes out. We also see that we do have a Moon Knight ult on Ball State as they've switched to Moon Knight. They're going to get a lot of picks. I would have used the Moon Knight ult a little bit sooner, in my opinion. Looks like he's just going to try to run away here. We do hear the Adam Warlock ult come out there. Manages to bring almost the whole team back. Sadly, they are a little bit low on HP. We're going to hear the Winter Soldier ult come out here, and the Jeff ult from Spooky Hand. Manages to get two. Going to try to take them off the map here, but he is going to get hard dove here. Does fall. Sadly, that is the one downside of the Jeff ult is everyone is just going to come to you, and the Groot ult comes out as well. Luckily, the Winter Soldier ult as well able to get a few there and kind of counter that as they continue to push the point.
Yeah, that was a very tough team fight for Ball State to win there. I mean, it just seemed like everything was coming out. Both teams were at their A game, and just right at the end, Ball State was able to get that advantage, and they're going to push the payload up a little bit farther. They definitely need to go as fast as they can. But they got to, also can't stay on the payload. You got to push up to make sure that the blue team doesn't make any sudden moves. But
and nice pick from the Moon Knight there. He still does have all. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen it yet. Waiting for that perfect opportunity to throw it on the Ankh. We do hear the Jeff ult come out. Does get swallowed up in that. Don't know how many he has. Looks like he is going to fall. Not going to be able to get any kills with that ult now. See Trip pushing up with the shield. Going to try to get some damage here with the whip. Has his ult as well. Are we going to see it shortly? Doesn't look like yet. We do see that. Oh, we do hear another thing ult, but comes out the Doctor Strange ult as well. Gonna get some nice picks with that, and the Moon Knight ult to clear out the field. It's only Jeff and the Thing. Now Jeff is gonna fall, and they're gonna push the Thing all the way back as they reach the second checkpoint.
Well, I think that it's just another. No, I don't want to keep talking about the ults. I feel like that's what I've been doing this entire time. But that Doctor Strange ult was great. I mean, we saw the Thing ult come out. Wasn't doing too much, but just immediately Doctor Strange ults, pauses them, and the combination of the Doctor Strange ult keeping them in place with the Moon Knight ult was just beautiful. And I mean, just got them to the second point, I mean, much easier than they got to the first point with that.
We do hear the Rocket ult come out now. We also do know that we have a Winter Soldier ult. Adam Warlock taking a lot of damage. They're going to fall back to some healing. He has his ult as well, so that's going to be useful to try to prolong these team fights. But the Groot ult does come out. Luckily for them, they also have the Winter Soldier ult, but not used. The other team has the Winter Soldier ult and manages to clear out Ball State. It's only Moon Knight left now.
Yeah, blue team says, oh, you can pause us and just completely decimate us with 2 ults. So yeah, we can do the exact same thing with ours. And I mean, it really showed. It got, I believe, 5 kills there. Spooky can't get a scout out. A nice little revive for the Rocket, which is always really great for using his ult. That is one thing. One of the, you were talking about earlier, like Moon Knight is like, you got to shoot the Ankhs. I always like. You gotta also shoot the revive turret.
And I think that is a support player's job, honestly, because they have much more time to not be as focused on doing damage. They can try to get those, but Ball State taking a lot of damage right now, but they are going to be able to push up here. Cap going to try to do some damage. Groot is very low on HP, does finally fall. We are going to see the Winter Soldier ult come out this time, manages to get a pick with it. He's going to be going on an absolute rampage here, manages to get a few. Jeff ult does come out. They're going to want to spread out here. There's a great opportunity to get a lot of picks as Jeff on this area of the map especially, but not able to do anything with it that time, as Ball State has seemingly found a lot more momentum now, and we see Moon Knight using that Ankh to be as annoying as possible, getting a lot of damage. We have a Doctor Strange ult as well, so that is great for them. Continuing this push forward, seeing what they can do. We see the Loki clones coming out to get some nice healing for Ball State here, or for the other team, sorry, the blue team there, and they are pushing up as much as they can, destroying the Groot wall that you actually can place in any orientation you want. The Moon Knight ult comes out as well, seeing if he can get any picks with that. Does fall to it there. Groot ult comes out as well, gets 2 with that. It is only Trip now, does use his ult to get a few, but now we also hear the Jeff ult coming out from what I believe was, yes, the blue team, seeing if he's going to get a few picks with that. Spooky Hand not going to want to let that happen. He's taking a lot of damage. They're going to fall back. He almost has his ult. Is he going to use it? Trying to maybe get a nice few picks here, get the best Jeff ult of the day. I think he has swallowed quite a few people in that one. Not for sure. Yes, he has swallowed 3. Is he just going to do the jump off? No, he's going to try and risk it and get the 3K ult from Spooky Hand. Nice ults from him today. The overtime clock is out. Ball State does not want to get off at this point because that will allow them to lose. Winter Soldier going to push up with his ult now. He's going to wait for the opportunity. The second they respawn and walk out, he is going to use that ult to try and hold them back here, but they are just going to touch the final payload, it looks like here. He does use the ult as the Invisible Woman ult comes out. The overtime clock is near 0. Gonna go get the again on the ult, managed to pick off 1. Is he gonna have it another time? We do see the Thing ult come out now, gets the pick, so he's gonna have the ult again now. Warlock bringing himself back up, continuing to use the Winter Soldier ult, and that is why he is such a frequently banned character, because of that ult there.
Wow, that was an insane ending to that. I mean, overtime, right before we're about to make it, my first thought immediately was like, we're just going to, it's the exact same thing from last map's going to happen. Ball State's going to fall right before the end there. But Spooky Hand uses Jeff. One of Jeff's greatest ability is his just how slippery he is, how elusive he is. He can just stay on that point, heal himself, and he doesn't have to do anything. And which I really think could save them the game, kept them in overtime. They were able to win that team fight, and then right at the end, all those ults were coming out, and then Winter Soldier, as you were saying, just popped off there, and I mean, won Ball State the match.
Yeah.
But the character switches here. We got a Hulk from the blue team here instead of the Doctor Strange. A little bit interesting. Definitely different Vanguard. Plays a lot different.
They do have that team up with Iron Man.
Ooh, I didn't even see the Iron Man.
Dual melee tanks, though, is a little bit risky, I think. You can make it work, but it's a little risky.
You know, I'm also kind of surprised, or I guess not, I'm not surprised with this team comp, but they could have gone Wolverine again. Wolverine's got a team up with Hulk and the Thing where they can throw him. That
is one of my favorite team up. It's just so funny that they can just throw him. We do see Spooky sticking on Jeff. Very good Jeff map this one is. As the clock falls down, blue team's going to come out of their spawn. Ball State is there and waiting for them. We do see the healing coming out from Spooky. Trip using that shield to try to gain some space, using it to fall back, trying to just get some early on damage here onto the blue team. As they dive back, we do see Storm come out, which is a very powerful DPS right now. Her job is definitely going to be to try and take out the Iron Man, not let the Iron Man do a ton of damage. Alexander does take out the Hulk there of the blue team and just holding back this team with Winter Soldier here. Such a great character. Already 52% ult charge. That is the thing about him. He just charged his ult so fast. Spooky coming in with the healing onto the other team now. Holding back. Almost has his ult as well. Just from all the healing that he's doing. Gonna fall back, heal himself a little bit, reload. Does look like blue team is gonna get a bit of a charge here. Gonna try to get a few picks, and Doctor Strange does fall. Blue team has definitely found something to push Ball State back here. Spooky gonna try and fall back, taking a lot of damage. Almost has his ult. Gonna try to get as far back as possible. Arcade running back to his Jeff, trying to help keep him alive. But it does look like that this team fight went in the blue team's favor.
Yeah, Ball State was holding their own for pretty decent amount of time there, but just one small mistake or a couple small mistakes, and suddenly, I mean, Blue's kind of steamrolling them right now.
Unfortunate use of the Jeff ult there. Sadly, only able to get two, and does fall. Not what you want to see as the Jeff. It could have been legendary because he was right next to that ledge. Could have grabbed everyone, but unable to do so that time. Luckily for Ball State, they do have quite a few people alive still, but I am seeing a bit of repeats of the last game, where they had such a strong start, but it looks like they're pushing it pretty far as we get into our next team part. Arcade looks like he must have gotten picked off pretty early, making his way back to point out. Almost does have his ult. Gonna definitely try and use that to hold back this blue team here. Diving his way onto point. Trip up in the action, fighting the Hulk. Does have his ult. Gonna try to push onto the Bruce Banner now, not allowing him to get that Hulk back. We are gonna see the Storm ult come out. This is a very powerful ult, getting a few so far. Iron Man ult does manage to take out two of Ball State's players, and the Storm ult doesn't get as much as they probably would have liked. Winter Soldier holding back, trying to get a pick, trying to maybe send this fight back into Ball State's favor, but it looks like they're just going to have to fall back.
Yeah, normally that Storm ult would have been really good, but unfortunately, right when he used his ult, the opposing Invisible Woman also used her ult, which kind of just completely negated it. I mean, did almost no damage, don't think it got any kills, and while, I mean, Storm's in her little tornado trying to get some kills, Iron Man was able to get a few of his own.
Nice use of the Strange ult. Sadly unable to get some because of that nice Loki clone placement. Gonna have to fall back now. Getting beat up by the Thing here. They're gonna try and push the Thing back. Managed to do so. Holding the point pretty well. Not just Bruce Banner. Definitely gonna fall fast there. Spooky doing some healing. It looks like that one went in Ball State's favor.
Yep. And one thing about Marvel Rivals, I think the two biggest factors that go into winning and losing, as I mentioned earlier, ults, team comp, and also just momentum. Keeping momentum in Marvel Rivals is such a serious thing. Because if you lose that momentum, as we've seen, you can lose the entire game that way.
That's a nice point, that the momentum is such a big deal in Marvel Rivals. once you start losing, it kind of feels like you just endlessly keep losing. They're going to try to want to kill that Jeff. I don't know how much of the team they swallowed, but with how urgently they were trying to kill him, it looks like they could have got a lot. Yes, did have two, one of the healers and one of the tanks, and now Alexander taking a lot of damage, does have his ult, but he doesn't want to use it when he's this low on HP. Going to try and push the Iron Man back, but is going to fall to the Thing, who has helped take him out, and it looks like blue team has found kind of try to offset the Ball State momentum.
Yeah, and Storm the only one left. Gonna get spotted out by that Iron Man, but Storm gonna get that kill. Captain America ult coming out. Not one of the best ults, but gonna be able to help them hold this point.
No, run, Jeff, run. The Hulk ult has come out. You're gonna want to try to run away from that. You do not want to get caught in that ult. Looks like he is not gonna fall. Does catch one, but is gonna fall back to Bruce Banner. We do see the Winter Soldier ult is available. Are they gonna use it? It looks like I would probably use it shortly here to try to push the team back, but they have this momentum. They maybe don't want to waste it on just trying to push back a team here. Just gonna try to get some picks, get some damage. They are very low on HP, as he is going to use it all now. Gonna want to try and get a kill here, but nice Loki clone placement to entirely counter the Winter Soldier ult there. That is why Loki is such a good and slept-on strategist, in my opinion. We do have the Adam Warlock ult. Are they going to use that to maybe try and bring some of his team back? Unable to do it this time. Going to be able to revive himself as the Iron Man ult comes out. Not able to get anyone with it that time. Storm flying in the air. Hulk does try to catch up to them. Rocket is going to fall to Trip, but Trip is very low on HP. Here comes the Jeff ult from Spooky. Looks like he could have gotten more, but only able to get one, and is probably not going to be able to get the pick off onto the Invisible Woman that time. The team fight is still going on as the Thing ult comes out to finish off the team fight. Break is still alive. Going to maybe try and get some kills here with Cap, but just going to fall very quickly as he has no support to back him up.
Yeah, that very much, that whole team fight very much seemed like Ball State just kind of running at it, just hoping they could contend the point and make sure that blue team doesn't get to the second point. But I mean, when you're doing that, that's not going to work forever, as we're seeing right now. But Storm getting a kill there, and they're up right now, at least for one.
Yeah, Ball State going to want to try and make advantage of these ults here. They have the Storm ult. That's a very powerful ult. They're going to want to try to use it as well as they can. We are going to hear Hulk come back now. Maybe a bit of an overextension by Arcade. Going to fall back, get some healing, so not too bad. Things going to go all the way in now. We do see Trip on Strange. Going to try to get some damage on him here, force them back. Hulk is all the way in the pack. There comes the Storm ult. Does manage to get out the Loki. That's a good pick, taking the Loki out there, but does get revived by the Rocket revive station. That is a very good... That is why Rocket can be a good DPS, because he has that revive. We are going to see the Cap ult come out this time, not able to get any kills with it, and we do hear the Iron Man ult come out as the Hulk ult comes out as well. Just total chaos on the point right now. It is just Arcade trying to get some damage, trying to maybe get some picks, but he's just going to have to try to fall back. Trip is there to back him up, and he has ult. See if they can make anything happen with it. Break is going to fall to Sergio. They're just going to have to back up now, as they do have a ton of momentum. Both melee tanks are going to hard dive here. Going to try and get some picks. Spooky is going to switch to Luna Snow. That is a good switch. He does have the ult. That could change the game if he uses it at the correct time. Strange also has his ult. Going to want to try and make the maximum use of that. Just trying to push back this blue team right now, seeing if they can try to stop this momentum. If they can hold them here, they will win the game. They have a very nice support lineup. We do hear the Loki ult come out. Who has he copied with that? Unsure. Looks like he has copied Rocket Raccoon maybe, or is that its own Rocket Raccoon ult? Spooky is going to use the Luna Snow ult. Going to try and get some healer there. Nice ult from the Strange to try to get those kills. The Rocket ult boosting the damage. The Invisible Woman ult comes out now. Spooky going to try to keep people healed, but a nice Iron Man ult from the blue team there. Gonna really struggle to help Ball State keep this momentum. MS PowerPoint is alive, does have their ult available, but does use it, not a great use. Now the own Luna Snow ult then coming out from what was Ball State's Loki. Great use of that to try and keep this momentum, try to keep Ball State alive to try and win this team fight. 5 seconds left on the clock. Now we do see the Winter Soldier ult come out now. Does get one, going to be able to use again, but now the Hulk out comes out. Is he going to be able to get one? Gets one, gets a two now. Has the ult again, trying to get more momentum, trying to keep this point alive again. If they hold the point here, they will win the game. The overtime clock does come out. It is 2-3. They need to hold the point here. He keeps getting the Winter Soldier ult, has it one more time. Is he going to be able to win the game with this ult? Looks like he's going to be able to do so. Holding back the blue team as they manage to come back. Gets one more. Still has the ult as the overtime clock falls to 0 and Ball State takes it.
Wow, such a great ending to that match right there. I mean, That was insane. We saw, I think, like every ult come out.
Winter Soldier
like, right
is such.
at the end.
Oh
And
my gosh.
For a moment, it seemed all lost for Ball State. When the moment that maximum pulse hit and got 3K right there, you lose half your team. They're right at the end. How are you gonna fight this? And I think the Loki ult and that Bucky ult completely saved the game for Ball State right there. That Loki ult copying the Luna Snow and just making her invincible and just so she can just dance on the point, give them a show. And then that Winter Soldier ult, I wonder how many times that was.
It was quite a few. This Winter Soldier is just, there's a reason he's so frequently banned because of things like that. I mean, Blue Team had all of the momentum, but Winter Soldier ult combined with a Luna Snow ult, if you, as long as you get a kill with it, you get it back. And when everyone's all grouped up like that, and their one goal is to just get back onto the point because they had to hold it because it was overtime, everyone was just going to be running to the point and giving him the opportunity to use it. So yeah. Great use of the ult there.
Such a great use of the ult. Hitting also some crazy flicks and shots there too. Specifically, I want to mention the one on that Iron Man right at the end there. He tries to get in with this ult a little bit. Hard to get Iron Man with the Winter Soldier ult since you're slamming in the ground. And don't know if you noticed, Iron Man's not on the ground most of the time. But I think still hits him a little bit and just flicks, boom, one shot. That's all he needs.
Yeah. I mean, that was such a crazy end to the game. That was like cinema. That was like
absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema.
Martin Scorsese would be weeping right now if he was watching.
It was totally,
As far as I know, he might be.
He could.
Imagine Martin Scorsese's just like a Ball State Esports fan.
Big fan of Ball State Esports, allegedly. So that was a very exciting end. I think that we still have more games, obviously, because they did drop one. Ball State did drop one. I do think if they win the next game, it's over. I'm assuming that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I think you're right.
I would assume so. I would assume that if they win this next one, it's over, would be my guess. I would hope so.
It's usually either best of 3, and if it's not best of 3, it's best of 5.
Yeah,
and that was the third one. So
either it is a best of 3 or it's a best of 5. So
unless they're like
either we're done or we have more. we don't know. Like if it's a best of 7, it's like what is that?
Backroom's gonna tell us, be like, oh, we're actually still have no audio and we haven't been streaming this entire time.
Yeah, so we actually accidentally shut off the stream. You've just been yelling at nothing the whole time.
And Martin Scorsese's like, what am I gonna watch now?
Yeah, Martin Scorsese is so disappointed.
Yeah, if you're ever watching Ball State Esports and you think for a second about switching off, just remember, Martin Scorsese's watching right now.
David Letterman, Ball State Esports
Letterman, loves Ball State Esports, I assume.
Yeah, he bought us these images. Oh.
What's going on?
Is mic on?
Mic is on.
Okay, yeah, it is.
So
what's going on?
We don't know if there's another game. So
that's fun.
I just want to let you guys know about the audio issue we had.
Okay.
So for Twitch, 40 minutes went without audio. But on YouTube, it was frozen for 30 minutes on a timer screen, not even from the stream. And then an additional 10 minutes with no audio.
So that was before we had to start over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I thought I fixed because I got a message with the YouTube, and I'm like, that's an easy fix. And I fixed it. And then I got a message saying there's no audio. And I was like, oh. That's that's a big issue.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's another game.
Yeah, that gives me an idea. We should do a stream that's a silent film.
That would actually be...
We
get graphics to be like... I can script it out.
You're giving me ideas for the April Fool's stream. We already have so much planned.
I think this should be a regular stream. That should be all 3 Overwatch streams.
Yeah.
The next 3 next week, all silent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, all 3 of them.
3 Overwatch next week.
Did you forget to talk about that?
We did.
In the pre-show?
We talked about it when there was no audio.
Even if we did talk, Trinity...
Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah, Trinity, even if we did remember, it wouldn't have mattered because there was no audio.
That was not our fault.
But...
It was not our fault.
It was Lucas's fault.
It is Lucas's fault.
It's always Lucas's fault.
Lucas, iLucky, the sim racer, and avid Overwatch player is to blame for our audio issues.
Yes.
Because he hates Marvel Rivals.
Hates Marvel Rivals.
He was
big Overwatch guy.
Sabotaging our stream. Lucas.
Wow.
Lucas.
My favorite part of the stream is when we just bother Lucas when he's across the room.
That is the favorite. That's my favorite.
You should be able to hear me.
Lucas, where is he?
That is my
right there in the yellow hat.
That is my.
That is my. Right there.
That is my favorite.
My
Ball
point
State
was completely
Esports
off.
Hello. Why'd you mess up our audio?
Why'd you sabotage our rival stream? We went 40 minutes without audio, and we had no idea.
We started the stream, and during the whole intro, there was no audio. We were just talking, and there was no audio.
Why'd you do that to us, Lucas?
Wow.
Yeah. He honestly could be right, to be honest.
True.
Back.
Yeah, this is true.
Do you want a chair? Come join us.
He doesn't want his face shown on a rival stream.
He may not seem like it, but he loves Marvel Rivals. It is one of his all-time favorite games, even more than sim racing.
Dude, secretly, he's playing it right back there.
He is. He's secretly playing on the team under a different name.
He
so
is
none
actually
of us
spooky.
would find out. But we found out.
We got 2 casters also playing Marvel Rivals.
Secretly. Actually, we actually do.
Yeah.
Daphne is on the red
Yes.
team.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You need to be more involved with the production team. Maybe if you show up to the caster meetings, you would know.
We only had like 3. We had 2 or 3.
But you didn't show up to any of them, Zane.
That's not true. That is actually false.
He was at one.
You were 33% there.
Okay. I have heard that there is another map
Awesome.
and that they want you back.
Yeah.
Okay. In the back room, there's been some scheming. The TD back there, Austin, has been losing his mind.
When has Austin not lost his mind?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm the most calm
think
person on that crew right now, which is saying something.
I think I can tell because I am urgently being told to send you back to the back room. There might be issues. I don't know.
There's not issues.
I'm just the messenger. I don't know.
There's no issues.
They are urgently wanting you back in the back room.
Is we're gonna have some fun streams this week for Overwatch and more games of Rivals. I don't know how many more, but more. All right, bye guys.
Peace.
Bye, Trinity.
That was Trinity. She's our VD.
Yeah. Our VD, favorite Pokemon is Quagsire or Mew or Psyduck. That's what they told me earlier.
Mew is in the top 30 for me, but
I like Mew. I'm more of a Mewtwo fan.
Really? That's fair enough.
Yeah. I like Mew. You can't really go wrong with him.
I know, he's just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
He is just a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
But so we do have one. I'm assuming it's one more. No offense, but I hope it's one more. If this is a best of 7, we're gonna be here for a while. But I'm assuming it is just a best of 5. So one more. Which is, we've
Don't
done
even know.
all
Are there
3
even
types of game modes. So do they just rotate back to the verse?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna. It's like in a rotation, so they're gonna go back to just points.
Yeah, which I
But,
mean, mostly dominated points. So.
Trying to remember what are the other point maps in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, there's not a ton of maps in the game right now. There's that new one with the vampires.
Yeah, the Central Park
But
one.
that's a push.
That's a
isn't it?
push map. Well, that's a point
Hybrid.
map then a push
Hybrid,
map.
yeah, it's
Hybrid. So we might see that. One. There is. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember any of the point maps. I'm remembering every other map.
I never remember the names of the maps. I'm so bad with maps.
I always just like call them like it's the Black Panther one.
The Wakanda map. It's just like I'm so bad with map names in every game. Overwatch, Siege, every game I play. I'm so
we
terrible.
might get the Hydra maps. The
True.
forgetting what they're called as well, but
I don't know the names. I just know
Mm-hmm.
I know that. Yeah. Like, don't even ask me. Like, I know some Overwatch maps off the top of my head. That's just because I started casting it. So.
Yeah, I can't remember map names for the life of me
so
in
bad.
any game.
And like the only reason I remember like Siege maps is just because I play it a lot. So it's like I remember some of them.
Yeah.
Bank.
Huh.
Love that map. Love Bank.
Love going to the bank.
Yeah, I know some CS2 ones. Everyone knows Dust.
Yeah, Dust. Everyone knows Dust.
Yeah, you could like, if you've never played CS:GO, you know Dust.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this really funny meme one time where it was like someone in iRacing or like in Assetto Corsa was driving an F1 car in Dust 2.
that's pretty cool.
And they called it Circuit de Dust 2, which is like, yeah, pretty funny. Yeah, there's been a lot of sim racers in here. You can never see it, but yeah, there's a lot of sim racers in this room. Of course, there's Lucas, sabotager of many
Yes.
Marvel Rival streams. Alif was just in here. Got one to our right. And Kale, is Kale in? Kale's still in here. They're doing an endurance race right now, just having a good time. I should have asked Lucas how he felt about that Lando Norris performance over the weekend. It wasn't good. Sorry, Lucas. Big McLaren fan. Not a great Lando Norris performance, but Lewis Hamilton did win a sprint race for Ferrari, so I have hope. Just talking about F1 now. This is like 90% of what we talked about at CRL. So yeah, while we just wait to get into the next game, which we were told there would be one, but we have not seen it yet.
So I'm wondering. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about like characters and like what bands do you think are going to happen this time?
Because all of our character talk was unheard. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, we see. I'm just wondering, like, do you think it's gonna be like the same bands? Do you think we're gonna get anything different?
I don't think that they will allow Winter Soldier to be played personally. Like, I feel like there's no way after that ending they don't ban Winter Soldier. I mean, we clearly Alexander is a very good Winter Soldier player, so I would think surely. And same with, like, I feel like.
Okay, so we're getting word that we are actually playing 2 games. So we just won the first one, so we're going to play another best of 3 against another team. And yeah.
So you have at least 2 more, right? That's how right?
Yeah, at least
if you
2
just
more.
win 2 in them. So you have at least 2 more possible, like,
Possible third. Possible third.
Yeah.
Which, getting into game now.
So it is one of the Wakanda maps.
Yes.
And we were right. They did ban Winter Soldier.
Yeah, banned Winter Soldier. Is that Ball State banned Winter Soldier? I guess they like to do that right on the first map, seems like. But the blue team here, we got Violet Warlock, Dizzy Izzy 99, I believe that's just probably Ray 99, Lunar, is that Shank XXXOP, and Man with No Plan 6.
Same, dude.
Yeah, you're Man with No Plan 7.
Yeah, I happen to be Man with No Plan 7, actually. And yes.
But yeah, Star-Lord ban, I mean, very understandable.
Nope.
No save?
That's kind of surprising. I feel like you might as well just save. If you
I mean, you get one. It's like,
might as well do it.
Might as well save someone.
Save literally anyone. Like, because that leaves it. I wouldn't be surprised if like Ball State bans like Hella or something right now because they're might be wanting to play Hella.
Yeah. I mean, but I wonder. I mean, possible they might. Yeah, they're gonna skip it too. I guess. Maybe they just don't want to save anyone, or they're like, oh, let's just keep it. I mean, you didn't save anyone. Well, we won't save anyone. But going into the second round of bans, so thinking, Hello ban would be good. Storm ult, I mean, it'd also be good. I mean, it just depends. Like, it's also bans are so tough first match because you like don't know what characters they want to play. And it looks like they're gonna skip out on their second ban.
I wouldn't be surprised if then they might do it too.
So,
that surprises me. Both no save and both no ban.
yeah, that's weird.
Pick your hero.
Yeah, so just one ban for each team right now. But it seems like we might be having some technical difficulties because they should be selecting heroes right now, and either they're not in the map right now, which their usernames have gone away, so I'm wondering if that's something. Seeing a Spooky Hand, they're resetting it. Wonder why. Yeah. Maybe it's they missed the save, wasn't supposed to happen. They just decided to reset it. I mean, these things happen. But, I mean, now each team has a little bit more like information.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I wonder that they're gonna want to ban those people. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that we saw Star-Lord and Winter Soldier ban because they're like the 2 best DPS. So yeah, or the 2 DPS with the most overpowered ults. Basically, is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're the best overall, but they definitely have the best ults.
100%. And still no banning of strategist, which we've been talking about. We were expecting a lot of. So that's pretty interesting. And kind of also, it's pretty interesting. I think we've been seeing a lot of the same strategist characters. When like I think we're seeing like everyone else for DPS and Vanguard. I mean, like we've already seen how many of each. I mean, we saw Thing, we've seen Doctor Strange, Magneto, Hulk.
Yeah, we've seen like Thing, we've seen all those people. We haven't seen like we saw Penny.
We saw Penny. Yeah.
The only like we've seen Groot. We've
seen Groot.
I'm pretty sure we've seen like every Vanguard except for like Thor.
Yeah. Thor. We've seen Venom
Yeah, we've
too.
seen Venom.
I think is it just Thor?
I think I don't remember any of the other. I can't think of any other tanks. So.
I can't think of any other tanks
What's with
right
the
now.
Thor hate?
Thor is my Vanguard main, or it's like Thor and Thing. I don't play Vanguard a lot,
Me neither.
so
Thor's not even like Thor's not bad at all. Like he's actually a pretty solid tank.
I think it's just Thor. I wonder if people really like the Thing, and I don't know too much of how he's impacted the meta, but I mean if you have like a really good dive tank that's better than the other dive tank, might as well play that one, especially if you know how, or someone on the team knows how to play the better dive tank, or melee tank. I mean, but
yeah, it's dive.
Yeah.
Same thing.
yeah, but yeah, Thor's pretty good. Sad we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, I mean I got to see Jeff.
Yeah, you got to see Jeff.
I
got to see a Wolverine for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen much. I'm glad that, honestly, even though I'm not surprised that they did ban Winter Soldier, I'm glad that we did get to see him at one point.
Oh,
because
yeah, 100%.
His alt, like, it's also just like whenever Bucky Barnes is in a Marvel movie, it's like happens to just be an insanely good movie. Like, I mean, I rewatched Winter Soldier not that long ago. That movie is like my favorite Marvel movie of all time, and it's almost entirely about like.
Yeah, it's about him.
It's really about him. Like every movie he's in, peak. Every game he's in, peak. Cinema ending to that last game there. So sadly, I do think he is probably going to be banned for this one.
Yeah, Winter Soldier definitely seems like he's gonna get banned. I mean, first ban from Ball State. And
Okay.
Here we go, going into it, just skipping the bans and everything this time.
I'm assuming we might have just missed. Okay.
What we're seeing a Thor?
They just.
What?
Okay, so we were told very probably that they skipped bans and then must have had another technical. They must have. Did they like not queue up for competitive or something? I don't know how custom games and rivals works.
I don't either, but
So I would like to say, you two teams are prolonging my ability to get dinner. So no, that's not. I'm just kidding. But yeah, technical difficulties. Marvel
They're
Rivals,
fun.
It's cursed.
It is cursed. Yeah, for whatever reason, every time we try to stream Marvel Rivals, something goes wrong.
It still hasn't been as bad as the club stream was. Like, well, okay,
That is good. At
the
least,
club
yeah.
stream we were having audio issues. The TV wasn't working. Oh my gosh. And then like I remember at the very end of that stream, I go on my talk back and I'm just like, should I just end it? And then Trinity was like, yes. Everyone was just like, yes. And I was like, okay. Because it was just like, yeah, long, very difficult stream there. Luckily, it all worked out. And that was actually one of our new casters this semester's first stream.
That's the worst. That's the worst. Like the first stream is definitely like the one you're most nervous for. Like
yeah.
Especially like casting, it can be kind of tough to sit here in front of the camera. You have to talk for hours and hours about the same game. Get really repetitive. Can get tough at times. And so your first stream and all of this stuff is happening is
I was trying to be like yeah, you're starting with a club stream. That was a good stream to start with, just kind of like, we don't have to be like super serious or anything. And then we have all those issues. I'm just like, I swear it's not usually like this.
Hey, here we go.
So I have a feeling that there's going to be another problem because they say all good, but okay, pre-select hero, now they're going into bans. Okay, looks like everything is working.
Okay, Ball State on the blue side this time, though. The defending side, not on the Wakanda map anymore. Instead, on Royal Palace. See, what's the first ban? I wonder if it's going to be Star-Lord again. Yep. I'm assuming Ball State's just going to ban Winter Soldier. Yep.
So let's see what they're gonna pick for their save here.
If they let it go again,
Okay, they did it
like,
this time.
Doctor
Saving
Strange. Nice. No, I mean, I don't think like Doctor Strange. I think is just like one of those vanguards that like everyone like knows how to play, or at least everyone has a Doctor Strange. So saving it, I can see why, but also I don't. Maybe I could be wrong about this, but I don't see Doctor Strange or the probability of Doctor Strange getting banned being that high.
Same with Groot. That's a bit.
Yeah.
I don't really see Groot ever getting banned, to be honest, unless you know that you're playing with like, because like that happens in very, very high ranks, like when you're playing in like top 500 and stuff like that. Like players will know each other and they'll be like, okay, I know that the person I'm playing against is like insanely good at Loki, so they ban Loki. So they can't play, so they don't have to play against this person's insanely good Loki. They get target banned. Is essentially what it's called. They do ban Hela, which doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising me. Moon Knight ban is also surprising me. Hell is a little bit surprising just because I see Dizzy, or the Dizzy is, was it?
Dizzy Zizzy?
Dizzy Zizzy? I'm just going to say Dizzy.
Me too.
Dizzy was hovering over Hella that entire time, but I mean, if you want to ban Hella, you got to ban Hella, especially, I mean, we saw Ball State's Hella already was popping off earlier. But, we got a Wolverine here on Ball State's side. And a nice 2 strategists, you know, 2 duelists, 2 vanguards. Nice split, even split for Ball State.
Yeah, definitely even split. That is kind of what I prefer to see. I don't like seeing 3 support comps because they make fights so insanely prolonged. Especially if one of those supports is an Adam Warlock. We do have an Adam Warlock from Ball State, which doesn't surprise me. That has probably been their most consistent. Besides Trip on Strange, I think Adam Warlock has probably been their most consistently played like character.
Yeah, and Arcade's been on that Captain America a lot too. I think was the only game he wasn't playing Captain America the one time it got banned.
I believe so. He's also got like the really cool cap skin, the Infinity War one.
Now, gonna flex my Wolverine knowledge here. This is an interesting map, I think, to play like Wolverine. Because Wolverine, like, obviously with his claws, you need to get like really up close to the other team, and this map is just pretty open. But I will say, I mean, Wolverine does great against Groot. Wolverine, his damage is just based on the health of the person he's attacking. So he's a good tank shredder, and Groot just, I mean, metal claws against wood, and yeah.
Yeah, as we see that nice Groot wall there, though the Groot is very quickly gonna fall there to the Wolverine. Rocket taking a lot of damage, gonna have to back up. Wolverine now going all in, going for some hard dive, taking a lot of damage though, gonna want to back out, does overextend a little bit and does fall. Luna Snow gonna fall down with the team, gonna want to try to escape this attack here, does take a lot of damage, has one of their teammates fall, taking a lot of damage. She's gonna have to back up, and now we just look at Break having a bit of a 1v1 with Captain America as the whole red team decides that they're gonna join this party because the entirety of blue team, which is Ball State, is dead, and they're gonna have to back up here as Ball State regroups. And it looks like they are doing so very quickly. Trip making his way back on the Strange, gonna see if he can use these Strange abilities to try and make something work here. We know how good he is on the Strange, but it looks like they're just gonna have to back up and kind of regroup a little bit.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, Ball State started that team fight with a good pick onto the Groot, as we mentioned. Which seems like a pretty good pick, because at first I thought it was the red team's only tank, but they do have the Captain America. But Captain America is not the best solo tank, but just Ball State wasn't able to really get any more plays other than that, while red team, as we're seeing, is continuing to kind of just dominate over Ball State right now.
Yeah, you can tell that this red team is a very good team, already having the Groot ult already being used. We do see Ball State now definitely charging up a lot of their ults. They're probably going to be picking up a lot of picks here as they make their way back to point. We see the Wolverine ult. We see a lot of ults about to come out right now. We also have seen that Ball State has switched to Jeff, but it is not Sir Spooky Hand himself on the Jeff. It is Microsoft PowerPoint on Jeff this time. So let's see if Ball State can use these ults to their advantage, trying to get some picks here, though that is not what they want to see with that nice early pick onto the, and now Spooky going to use his ult, but entirely countered by the Luna Snow ult. That is why you so frequently see her banned, but she was not banned this time, and now Alexander going to fall, and Trip going to have to back up here. Very nice Luna Snow that they saved just for when Ball State tried to go on the attack, and now they're just going to have to back all the way up here as they're getting hard dove here. A lot of momentum on the red team as they are almost fully capped on the point. Trip going to try to go up here, maybe try to get his ult off, try to get something done. We do have 2 tank ults, see if they can do anything, because they need some quick momentum here to try and do something. We do see the Luna Snow ult come out now, does get kind of Groot walled off though, so not able to stay with the team, and the point does get capped by the red team.
Yeah, wow, yeah, and pretty interesting play there right at the end. I mean, Ball State just, I don't think won a single team fight that map. I mean, just kind of everything's seemed to fall apart right at the start. Weren't able to really regroup. Gonna get a switch to a Mr. Fantastic here, but we saw the Luna Snow ult right at the end there to try and cap point. Very interesting play. They knew that was going to happen, the red team did, and they were able to block Luna from going through that window and touching point. But, you know, I understand. Ball State had a lot of ults there that they did not use, and I do think that's kind of a good play. I mean, at this point, I mean, ults do carry over into the next rounds, and although they did use up a lot of them, I know Doctor Strange has his ult, and Jeff is almost there, and, I mean, Alexander and Magneto at 50%, so they're about to get their ults in a little bit. Just having those ults like coming into the second round can really, you know, make or break things. But red team does already have 3 ults, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, that is definitely unfortunate. Ball State does have to win this to take the first match here. We do see that Jeff does have all. This is a good map to play Jeff on. You get some nice picks here. Looking like Trip going to try to stop maybe this flank that is happening right now. Microsoft PowerPoint just doing some healing, trying to get some stuff done, having to back up a little bit, heal himself, keep his team at high health. We do hear the rocket ult come out now, and we have 4 other ults on the red team that they're all going to use. We hear the magic ult come out now. Going to try to get some kills with that being boosted up by the rocket ult as well. And now their Captain America is just going to tear through everything. We do hear the Jeff ult come out from Ball State. He manages to get 3, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it to get the 3K there. Now the Mr. Fantastic ult comes out. Going to try and see if he can get at least a pick off of this, withhold them from capping the point or getting too much on this point right now, but he's going to take a lot of damage and fall, and it looks like the red team is going to take this first team fight. Spooky is alive, though. Going to try and maybe get that pick there on the Groot. Does manage to do so. Trip pushing up now with the Doctor Strange ult. See if he can use it, using the shield to its ability, pushing forward, trying to gain that space. They are going to be able to take out the Captain America, very low on HP, but the Luna Snow comes out. Luna Snow ult comes out, as does the Captain America ult for the red team. We do see Spooky trying to get the ult off on the Scarlet Witch, but unable to get any kills with it as he is low on HP. Gonna have to back up now. Massive team fight happening on the point here. We do see that they have the Invisible Woman ult, which could change the entire trajectory of this team fight, but the Groot ult entirely going to stop that. Uses the Luna Snow ult to stay alive. Spooky manages to pick off 1, but 2 of Ball State has fallen to the red team. Very long, prolonged team fight right now. Ball State very close to trying to cap this point here, but they're going to have to fall back. Getting pushed back is the Invisible Woman here. Trip going to try and maybe get some picks onto the red team, but he's going to have to fall back with Ball State now.
Well, yeah, Ball State keeps seeming like they're able to push up a little bit, but I mean, red team is just really holding their ground here. I mean, they're using their ults well. You saw the Doctor Strange ult comes out immediately, Luna Snow ult comes out, and it's just going to be really hard for Ball State to really get in here. Especially, I mean, they're running the Magneto Scarlet Witch team again, which didn't work out for them last game, but and it does not seem like it's working out for this one either. Yeah,
uses the rocket ult, does the red team there. Nicely countered by the Doctor Strange ult, but just not able to get a lot of damage with it. We do see Jeff still in play. Even though this is a good Jeff map, I just don't really know if Jeff is the play here. Able to get some healing. Maybe they're going to get some momentum. Try and push forward on the red team. Looks like it might have worked out for them this time. Now they're going to really want to try and hold this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see, you know, we want to hold the point. A lot of times teams like to just stay on the point, you know, make sure they're all centered. But I think it's really good to try and like push up here, which is why I think that red team going to the side is a good approach. But Spooky Hand falls while trying to use his ults. Got, unfortunately, really bad for Ball State.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic Alt comes out, does manage to get one with it, but it looks like the Rocket Raccoon absolutely pops off there, manages to get a few picks. Dizzy Izzy takes out 2 now of Ball State, and now it's just Break on point. Looks like they're going to be able to full cap this one and take the first match. So Ball State gonna have to win the next one to stay alive in this game too.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be really tough for Ball State here. I mean, they only capture the point once, I believe, in those entire 2 maps right there, or matches. But yeah, I wonder, like, what do you think needs to change?
I personally, I mean, in my opinion, I'm not as an expert on Marvel Rivals, and I'm definitely not as good as the Ball State team is. I just don't really know if that team comp was the play. I don't know if that team comp is it. In my opinion. Yeah,
I mean, we saw. I completely agree. I mean, the Magneto and the Scarlet Witch didn't work against the last team, and also Scarlet Witch we've talked about, not a good duelist. Mixed with Mr. Fantastic, also not the best duelist.
And then also, in my opinion, if you're gonna run Jeff, put your best Jeff player on Jeff. We know how good that. We know that Spooky is good on Jeff. So if you're gonna run Jeff, put Spooky on Jeff. In my opinion, that's what. In my opinion, I would never have. If I'm gonna run a character, if I was a coach and I was gonna run a character, I would always have the person who is best, no matter their role on the team. If our Vanguard player just happens to be our best Luna Snow player, and we want to run Luna Snow, put him on Luna Snow if you have other good Vanguard players, or just don't run Luna Snow. That would be my thing. If you're gonna run a character, have your best player on that character, especially if they are a strategist.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think put Spooky on to the Jeff. Would actually solve a lot of problems. Gets rid of the Scarlet Witch, which I think that's probably the only reason why they didn't have Spooky on Jeff. I assume that he's the only one who really knows how to play Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. It's just kind of like how he's their Squirrel Girl or he's their Psylocke. They have a system. I just don't think that, even though the Magneto sword, as a person who has played a lot of Magneto, it's a fun thing to use as Magneto, but just having Scarlet Witch is just, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Especially right now, and you're losing pretty badly. You want to run Scarlet Witch and Magneto,
yeah, it's like that team comp didn't work against the team that you just beat. So I'm not trying to be crazy flaming here on the Ball State team, big Ball State fan, but it's just. That, in my opinion, that was the problem with that one. It's just that the team comp wasn't amazing, and I think that they are probably going to definitely change something up. We did see Ball State domination the first game of our last match. First game, Ball State absolutely dominated and then managed to lose the second one. So we could see that here. It's not like they're entirely out of it.
Mm-hmm. I will say I do think we're going to see different bans, especially from Ball State. I mean, I'm thinking, I'm trying. Luna Snow ban, I think I could see coming out. Oh, sorry, yeah.
3 Spideys.
3 Spider-Man.
If only that was possible, huh?
It is in the
new game mode. The new game mode, yeah.
But Red Team going to ban Hella. Interesting pick. I mean, I believe they banned her last time. Magic.
I guess they did play Magic last game, but was that the full problem? We're not sure.
Yeah, and different map too. Also, maybe Magic's a little bit better on this map, but I don't know. I don't think Magic as a first ban does not make that much sense to me. I can see it as a second ban.
I would agree with you. Just not a character that is banned frequently enough, in my opinion, to make sense for a first ban, unless they just know, and maybe that Magic player that we just maybe went unnoticed, but was just so insanely good that they're like, let's just ban it. But yeah, I probably would have waited to ban Magic here. Banning Wolverine, I think that's a smart ban.
Wolverine ban, I think is interesting because I don't think the Ball State's Wolverine really did that much either. And banning a Venom.
Okay, my theory with maybe the ban on Venom, the only idea I have with that is if the other team, they don't want to have the Spider-Man Venom team up. But
at that point, why don't you just ban Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, in my opinion, because They didn't even play Venom last game. These are all,
Yeah.
in my opinion, these are kind of weird bans all around.
Yeah.
From both sides, especially unless like this red team maybe has done their research and know that we have a good Hella player. Makes sense why they're banning Hella. But yeah, it looks like they are going to run a slightly different. I'll let you cover it, Mr. Color Commentator. I'll let you talk about the team comps.
Yeah, slightly different. I mean, Ball State's pretty similar. I mean, I think the only new character we're seeing here is Namor, but Namor's got that team up with Jeff and Luna Snow, which is going to do really well. And I think a defensive character like Namor, who has his like squid turrets, is going to do really well, especially in these tight corners you see. But on the attacking side, I think pretty much also like we're seeing pretty much the same thing here. Luna Snow, we're seeing this. I don't know if they actually played Psylocke last match, but I pretty much I just think they got pretty good attacking characters. Nothing really too much teams up with each other for their team comp.
Yeah, definitely Ball State using a lot more team comps here as they're just getting hard dove. Spooky was by Captain America there, using that scroll trap to just try to get out of there. Took a lot of damage, and now that is what's scary. And they are going to run Spider-Man, which is just a nightmare for the back line. But luckily for Ball State, they picked Namor. Good pick there. Just doing some damage. Spider-Man going to quickly fall. Probably going to have a lot of deaths. Trip just trying to take some space, get some damage done. Nice use of the abilities to push people back as he then notices that Captain America is just back there beating up on his backline. Break is going to fall. Luna Snow just doing some healing, trying to maybe get some damage in there as well. Hard focusing on Trip as he is very low on HP. Ball State being forced to back up as they are pushing this payload very far. The red team is nicely for Ball State. Like I said earlier, they are luckily on Namor. And I'm getting some nice headshots there. The Strange is very, very low. See if they can maybe get that pick, but does get healed. Namor does already have any other ults on the board. We do see that the other team has a Jeff ult. Jeff is very strong on this map. This is probably Jeff's best map because there's just so many areas where you can take Jeff right out, where you can just take them right off the map. Break gonna have to fall back heavy here, taking a lot of damage. We see MS PowerPoint having his ult as well, but taking a ton of damage is gonna fall. The Luna Snow ult is gonna come out from Alexander here, gonna try to keep the team alive, prolong this team fight, entirely countering that Psylocke ult. There actually was no Psylocke ult, just entirely countering that damage. We are going to see the Strange ult come out now from the red team. Not really able to get anyone with it. Trip taking a lot of damage, going to try to fly up out of there, but he's going to get rushed by the tank, taking a lot of damage. Now we hear the Star-Lord ult come out now, going to try to take out a lot of people. We hear the Luna Snow ult as well. Ball State's just going to really fall here. Jeff does have ult. Maybe going to try to go for the last second clutch ult here, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it off this time. Maybe he is.
Wait.
Maybe he is. Anyone? No.
Doesn't get
Doesn't
anyone
get
and just falls. Yeah, falls to the Psylocke.
Bit of
ult.
an overcommitment of the Psylocke ult, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of overcommitments already this map, specifically with Arcade and the attacking Captain America. We've seen them just storming their back lines the entire game. And, I mean, so far it's working out pretty much not well for Ball State. I mean, losing that first point, I think, a little sooner than they wanted to. And now, I mean, they got to find a setup for second point quick. While they have this Captain America in their face, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, they are playing. This other team is playing extremely aggressive right now, and it is very much making Ball State struggle here. We do see Namor with all. Is he going to use it? Looking at Spooky, just getting some nice damage with the Squirrel Girl. I know how passionate he is about his Squirrel Girl playing. He has had some very good Squirrel Girl games in ranked, trying to get some damage here. We see Ivan just maybe taking a lot of damage, going to try and back up, use that ability to get out of there. Still low on HP, is going to fall to the Star-Lord. Now Spooky taking a lot of damage as well, going to have to back up, and this is just absolute domination from the red team as they only have 2 healers left that are going to have to back up.
Yeah, it really just seems like everything Ball State's doing just isn't really affecting the red team. Not getting a lot of picks, you know, and while red team, on the other hand, is using their ults pretty wisely. Using the Psylocke ult's been used pretty well this entire time. Luna Snow ult's been used pretty well this entire time. And it's just really tough when you have these huge like moves that are working every single time. But
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. And now we just hear, there it is, the Star-Lord ult coming out now. See what he can do with this. We do hear the Jeff ult now of, I believe, yes, the other team. And nice 3K there by Not Russ on the red team with the Star-Lord ult. And they're just absolutely rolling right now, just doing so much damage. They have so much momentum. This is clearly a very good team, and Ball State is struggling.
yeah, they definitely are. I mean, right now there's just under 4 minutes, and they're almost to the end of the map. Definitely not a position you want to be in, because even if you win this team fight here, even if you win it, I mean, you still got to hold off Thumb from getting the point for another 3 minutes. But right now, red team just looking to get some picks off, which that Doctor Strange ult, but Luna Snow ult gonna save them for a little bit.
Yeah, gonna want to try and use it, but they're gonna need a bit on the point here. Unable to do so. It is gonna be held there. That is going. So now Ball State has to push it all the way to the end there to try and match that. So that is definitely gonna be very tough.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was pretty dominant performance from the red team there. I mean, I didn't see like a single like really like bad play.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that Ball State is going to be very much wishing they banned Luna Snow.
Yes.
Very, very good. And honestly, still running Jeff, I respect it, but I don't really know if it's working. I mean, if you're going to play Jeff, this is the map to play Jeff, but like the Jeff is struggling.
Yeah. We're seeing Spooky Hand, a lot of switches from Ball State here. Sticking with the Jeff, sticking with the Doctor Strange, but everyone else has changed. Got Loki going back to that Magneto and Scarlet Witch, and the Winter Soldier. I do think Winter Soldier is a really good pick here, but I mean, as we were saying earlier, I don't know how I feel too much about Scarlet Witch and Magneto. I will say I'm fine with switching to Magneto. I think Magneto can be a good ult counter to Star-Lord, especially when he's ulting sometimes. But it's just that Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, and if you're going to run Scarlet Witch, at least you have maybe a Winter Soldier to try to get some damage as well. But Scarlet Witch is just going to struggle. She's such a not in the meta is really the problem. Looking at, I mean, different from the Winter Soldier that we saw last time in the last game, different person running Winter Soldier, I believe. I believe it was Alexander last time. So we can just kind of try and get some damage here as this Scarlet Witch, see what he can do. Does get frozen by the Luna Snow. Nice freeze from them. Just going to try and maybe get some picks, get some damage. Going to try to charge up that punch, grapple in someone, just taking a lot of damage here. And this PowerPoint going to try to get some healing. Gets frozen by the Luna Snow, and that's going to make the entirety of Ball State very weak right now. Going to try to get the Loki clones out in the nick of time to get some healing done. Just trying to get some healing, but two have already fallen now on the red team. Ball State maybe having some momentum. Going to try and push up, continue getting these picks, continue with this momentum, see what he can do. Red team going to back up here, and Ball State's going to push up, be aggressive, and they are going to win this first team fight for them.
Yeah, definitely a really good win for them. I mean, we saw a little bit of pushback there, but I mean, getting it past that little bridge thing, I think is a really good position to be in. But Magneto got a spot 3 of the red team out. Thought he was going to die there, but...
Me too. I just really thought he was going to die there. Winter Soldier does have ult. See what he does with that. We do have a Jeff ult. Definitely shouldn't use the Winter Soldier ult now, as they do have the Luna Snow plus the Star-Lord ult. Nice use of some of the other ults there. And sadly, we're not really able to get anything with the Scarlet ult. Sadly, that's kind of been the theme. Besides that one great ult, it just hasn't been amazing. The Winter Soldier ult is going to come out, manages to get one with it. The Jeff ult comes out, going to try to finish off that Jeff with the Winter Soldier ult. Nice use of the ult there, has it again, but no one really to attack with it. Great use of the Winter Soldier ult to prolong and win this team fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jeff ults can either make or break a lot of team fights sometimes, and although I don't think that would have completely broken Ball State if that Jeff was able to get away. It's so satisfying to just slam that Jeff into the ground sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is. As the next team fight starting already, we do see Strange with all. Is he going to use it in this team fight? This is not a very favorable era. He is going to use it. The other Strange does shield it off, not allowing to get any kills. The Psylocke ult is going to come out now, see if they get any picks with it off. They do take out M's PowerPoint. That's going to be very bad for Ball State, as they have lost their strongest healer, and they're going to have to run back now, as they are not going to be able to fight this red team.
Yeah, I mean, Ball State able to push up almost to that first point, but I mean, just losing this one team fight. And I mean, we've talked about momentum already. I mean, losing the momentum that close can be very bad for Ball State, especially. I mean, they have a minute left. We've seen that Doctor Strange portal, which I don't think we've seen yet.
Yeah, actually we haven't, which is kind of interesting. We do hear the Captain America ult come out from Red Team, and using that, wow, nice usage of ults there by Red Team to just entirely almost team wipe Ball State. You just see Jeff doing what Jeff does best, holding up that high ground.
And all Ball State's going to respawn, but I mean, now they're pretty much all the way back to that first kind of section here. I mean, of course, the defending team, they're not going to want to fully push up here. I mean, but I mean, it's going to be tough to reclaim that entire area back. But 30 seconds left. They got to get on point. They do got 3 ults here. 4th on the way, and I wonder if they're going to use them soon.
They are going to have to use them here, but that's not what they want to hear at all. That legendary call from the Star-Lord. Going to get 2 with them. Dizzy Idiot also taking out some others. Trip very low on HP, plus the Luna Snow ult. As the time ticks down, Alexander going to have to try and maybe make their point back, using the Loki clones to try to get to point and just hold it for a little bit longer. He's almost there. Gets there in time to try and hold it for his teammates to come back. Has it in overtime. Gonna use the clone to copy the Luna Snow ult, try to prolong this, try to let his team get back, but he cannot get off point or else the overtime clock will fall. Ball State has made their way back. They must win this team fight. Out comes the Invisible Woman ult now. Going to try and make advantage of this. The Jeff ult comes out. How many has he swallowed with that? Not sure. Does manage to take it out with the Winter Soldier ult. Going to try and use it to win this team fight, but gets the freeze. Does the Luna Snow, and Winter Soldier is going to fall. Alexander still alive on Loki now. Captain America going to hard dive on the Loki, using the Loki clones to try and stay alive. The Psylocke ult comes out now. Going to finish off Trip. Alexander trying to fight to stay alive, but they are fighting a Captain America. They are going to fall now. Arcade's Break also going to fall, and that is going to allow Red Team to take the game and the match in total. Just a better team in my, just a good team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ball State definitely tried their hardest there, and they had some good plays there. I mean, those ults really seemed like they were going to win that first point in the end, but I mean, the Red Team was just able to defend so well there, getting off a few ults of their own and ultimately just turning the tide in their favor. And yeah,
I would just say that was a very strong Red Team. They were just very good. That's that just happens sometimes. Sometimes you play a very good team, and I'm sure that they're going to use that as practice to get better. I think that Ball State had some great moments. Obviously, I think
100%.
I mean that, a lot of them in the first match. I mean, one Spooky's 4K ult. If I wish that we could have known that it was a best of 3 when that whole Winter Soldier sequence was happening.
Yeah,
because they were playing. That was to win the whole first match, and I was already hyped up. I would have probably been losing my mind if I knew it was to win. That was a hype moment. A lot of good Jeff ults, and there were some good moments in that other match too.
Yeah.
Just Red Team played it very well.
Yeah, no, with the Winter Soldier ult and the Spooky ult were crazy. And I saw Spooky. I think that ult might have been part of the reason why maybe they kept running Scarlet Witch. I mean, getting a 4K can
it hypes
good,
you up sometimes.
but I mean, just wasn't able to continue that in the later games.
Yeah, you have to use it at the exact right moment to stay alive.
Yeah.
While everyone's bunched up and no one's focusing on you.
And they kept, every time they had the Scarlet Witch, they were always running it with Magneto, but they had a Doctor Strange a lot, and we mentioned it right there at the end, but they didn't use portals.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the fact that they weren't using portals. That kind of surprised me. We saw them run Strange almost the entire night, and I think we saw them use portals once.
Yeah.
Which was kind of surprising to see.
Yeah, especially there's a really kind of frequent play you'll see a lot in Marvel Rivals if you have a Strange and a Scarlet Witch, where Scarlet Witch will use her ult nowhere near the enemy team, but then Doctor Strange creates a portal right there, and she just goes through right at the end and can get a pretty easy 4K or 5K or even more. But yeah, so I was surprised they didn't even try that.
Yeah, even when you don't have an official team up ability, there is a lot of random team ups that so many players, pro players that are, of course, there are already pro players in Marvel Rivals, have come up with. I mean, I've seen crazy techs with Spider-Man combined with the Thing. Spider-Man, has some crazy movement techs if you play him enough. He can be really scary. But that was the last match of the night. If you're cool with it, I think we're going to sign it off. Got anything else to say?
No.
All right. We're going to sign it off then. Thank you for coming out and watching Marvel Rivals. We did have some tech issues, but we got it figured out. Ivan Wyatt, aka Libby Baby. This has been Zane, and thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week for Overwatch 2.
See you next time.